Welcome back, planners, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Greff considers what he has to give, Ivoris checks on the plan, and Maro meets a fellow gardener. Now in the capital with a Z, Kino Initiative Task Force 10 meet a contact to learn about the location of an alchemist stone. Asking the big questions, Maro is informed of the unsavory things that they may have to do to ensure the safety of their godly friends. Would Azed really have run? Is the death of the Initiative operate going to haunt them? And what waxing, melting magic lies at the end of a corridor? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die in Kino.
You're inside the study. You hear someone important has just arrived. What do you want to do?
You could feel, like, I think you were sitting on Greff's hand.
Yep.
And I think, like, as soon as we start hearing, like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, right, sir. Like, the servant being, like, humble to the master, you could just feel the hand flex and, like, turn into a fist and just, like...
Do I need to roll a dexterity saving throw to avoid the droplets of sweat that are likely assaulting me now?
You just hear like a really quiet breath, like, fuck. All right, V, assume everything I say is in more whispered tones. I can actually see that.
Yeah, I am still, however, going to roll.
Okay.
Continue on. You'll find out if you've been spotted in a moment.
Ivoris, you can feel Greff kind of like brush his hand up against yours, and it like crawls up your hand, grabs wherever your shoulder is, like pulls you closer to him, and you just hear a real quiet like, "We have to retreat."
You feel Ivoris
We're
not
too
wanting
late.
to move for a second. It takes a good, like, hey, it takes a second tug to basically be like, hey,
Get
fuck off, come on.
Yeah. And I think Greff, like, we listen for maybe like a good like 10, 20 seconds. Like if something's going on, if we can actually hear movement, we're going to listen in on it.
I'll tell you what, y'all can take another perception check.
Ooh,
I know
yes,
I got you one to do towards the end of the last episode, but let's just do another one if you're trying and listen out again a bit harder.
Hey, V.
Yeah.
So, Maro's going to do a thing.
Okay.
Maro is going to weave out a whole bunch of web and, like, just have it kind of, like, loosely fall onto, let's say, Greff's, like, roughly where the foot area is.
Okay.
And then hop down and continue leaving a trail of web behind.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to skitter under the door just so slightly as to see what's going on outside.
Okay, so are you talking outside as in on the patio, or
No,
outside as in within the building? Good, because that's where the noise is coming from. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason for the
Okay.
web thing is because spiders have the web sensibility. So as long as the web is in contact with Greff, I know where he is.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, you skitter forward and you see before you a tall Goliath. This Goliath is wearing a very long black robe, sleeves equally as long. On his chest, there is a symbol that has been embroidered in white silk. It is that of a skeletal hand holding a set of scales. Their face is covered in markings. They're very kind of greyish, yellowish kind of skin. They are bald, as you would expect, Goliath. Around them, there are 3 tall, skeletal-looking creatures. They are clearly undead, and they are bowing and making noises, talking to him. One of them has a very clear, very clearly in their former life they were a tabaxi. That's what you see. The cleric has just come through the main entrance to the building, the one that you saw from the outside, and they are kind of gesturing, nodding, and making their way. The gist of the conversation that you'll pick up is that they are here. They will be here for 6 days, and then they will leave.
Okay.
They are then escorted upstairs. So what do y'all want to do?
Go back and climb back on Greff.
Yeah, you can you can feel like as soon as you get on Greff is like moving. I'm assuming Greff like notices him leaving and just like, motherfucker.
Yeah, you rolled a perception of 12 that popped up in the roll 20. You would just heard deference, and you would just heard the sound of something moving away, but that's about it, really. Y'all are escaping.
Yeah, Greff is basically leading Ivoris with him.
What?
We're leaving.
There has never been a more clearly marked "do not fight this person right now" situation.
We're not fighting, we're infiltrating.
In what game what D&D game have you played where infiltrating did not break down into fighting the boss?
I don't know, I haven't got to play enough.
I genuinely, in 10 plus years of D&D, have never successfully done an infiltration with the entire group. Note that. Never.
I would like to say we did.
Who's we in this case?
Actually, yes, they did. In their heist episode, they didn't fight a single person.
Yeah, but you're a very nice DM.
Oh, well, thank you.
Let's put it like that.
No,
don't butter me up. I'm still trying to kill you. Shut
Listen,
it. Okay.
Tio was the MVP. That's all.
Yeah, Tio MVP.
Tio, go deal with it. Nip.
I know Greff is attempting to leave.
Yes.
Is everyone else going with? I mean, Mara, you don't have to ride on him. You can decide to stay, and the same with Ivoris. My
spider form lasts for another 11 hours and 55 minutes, so I'm going to get a little bit of use out of it.
Okay.
So I can't release web enough to stick with them the whole time, so I'm just going to maintain concentration on the invisibility and pray that they get the fuck out.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back under the door.
Oh, boy.
Greff, Ivoris, what do you want to do?
Ivoris is not that attached to Morrow yet.
Also, he's
going to throw that out there.
That's fine. Listen, you do not feel obligated, all right? This is Mara's decision.
I mean, if it's between Greff and you, I mean, it's a clear-cut thing. But
listen, my two best friends' lives are in danger, so I'm going to take a few risks here.
This is entirely up to you. Y'all can choose to wait for Morrow. You can decide to leave. Morrow does know roughly like where you would be hanging out, where you'd be staying, that sort of thing. Or you could at least be found each other. Morrow, I do mention if you attempt to do this alone, I'm not lowering the difficulty. I'm not lowering the senses that they have, nor the traps, nor anything else in this building. Some of these can and will kill you.
Understood.
Okay.
The goal here is just scouting. Because I feel like we stepped into one room and then dipped. That does not get any information. That does not give any relevant information.
That is very true. You don't have a lot of information right now. This is a good way of doing it. However, it's also an exceptionally dangerous way. So, all right. Greff, Ivoris, are you escaping?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I need the pair of you to make a stealth roll, please.
All right.
You are still invisible.
You are still invisible, yes.
Does that count for something, or?
Yes. So unlike when you were jumping over the wall, where you were landing in bushes, you are kind of using your invisibility to get up to the wall, wait for them to piss off, and then climb over the wall. And I'm not going to make you roll to climb over a wall. You two can easily do this. You're both tall, strong characters. So I just need that singular stealth check at advantage because it's based on vision.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Greff, no.
Hey, Greff.
Greff, no.
Rolled 2 7s, so that's a 10.
Ivoris.
Greff, no. 13.
Ivoris,
One
no.
more.
Yeah,
Oh no, because you're wearing heavy armor, right?
No, I changed to sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, then
He
shouldn't you roll
actually
one
Greff
changed
more?
took
for the
his
fight.
off. Yeah.
It's not
Oh.
better.
All right.
Irrelevant.
Oh, this is going to be a hell of
All
a
right.
game, huh?
Rather than me being a dick, how do you two fuck up your stealth rolls? You can't see each other and bump into each other? I don't know. Just
I think, yeah, like something dumb like that. Like there's a
step on
space where
Ivoris's
there's
tail
a
or something.
there's a space where where the bushes are like a little bit apart, and there's like a little bit of space where we could like sneak. And Greff doesn't understand that Ivoris is actually overtaking him, so Ivoris is in there, and Greff like takes a step forward and smacks into Ivoris. And if Neil wants, steps on his tail.
is this the dumbassery that we're going to go for?
That's funny.
Oh god.
All right, okay. All right, we have this. You two speak very well. Ivoris goes in the lead, gets his tail, and yeah, lets out this very loud "Reow" of oh fuck, that hurts. Sorry, Neil. Sorry, Arch. You hear a voice on the top of the roof. It comes from there. It comes from there. And everyone looks up, and they all basically crash into that area. You see a few of them like reach down and throw the kind of like mud in your general vicinity, and they can see where it should have like landed, but it just disappears in midair. They know you're there.
Okay.
We're gonna play this dumbassery out, and then we'll give advantage tomorrow. Accidentally, you guys are giving advantage tomorrow on some of this stuff because you're causing the greatest destruction known to man. Okay, then. I need you both to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
I need to check something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even if they are hit by an attack, it does not end the invisibility.
It's only if they attack or if they cast a spell, correct?
Correct. Or if I drop concentration.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where was that 5 seconds ago?
Oh, in that case, I'm going to need all of you to roll. Because we will have to jump backwards and forwards with Morrow. Simply because if you get hit or activate one of these traps, your concentration or invisibility will drop and they will be revealed. Unless you just, this is your one opportunity to get a good look around while people are in chaos. However, you can, of course, stay safe and stay, like, hidden, inverted commas. But people will be back in the building if you wait that long.
Right.
So this is your choice. If you roll initiative, I assume that we're going down the slightly better route.
I mean, I don't know. However you want to do it, my plan essentially is to cling to the ceiling and just at least get a floor mapping of the house. Mm-hmm. More so at least of this floor first. And if there's a basement, peek it, not go in it. I'm not going upstairs because I don't know how...
If your singular plan is just to map out this floor and then leave, then we can say that you'll be able to do that. I'll just make you roll like one stealth check and then we'll go from there. So we can do that afterwards. So we'll assume that you'll be able to do that slowly, carefully, and quietly. And then once these guys are out of danger, we'll figure out whether you've activated any traps.
Sure.
We'll do it that way.
Morrow is a not a rogue, but not rogue. This is not the first time that they have cased a joint.
No, he's a spider. Okay. Greff, what did you get on initiative?
I got 21.
Oh, God.
21.
And Ivoris, what did you get?
18.
Okay, then.
We're not sneaky.
No, you are not.
This game's more of a hit and
we got
run.
unlucky. We got unlucky. On average, we should have rolled around 13 or 14 because of advantage. Nope.
Now, the real question is, are you guys going to turn around and fight, or are y'all going to piece the fuck out?
We cannot
I'm
fight.
hoping they're going to piece out. Like, that's the smart option.
I don't have...
But when have we ever been smart?
I don't know. All right. The cleric has initiative of 19. Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah. Good rolls. The cleric is also upstairs, so we'll take some time to get down there and may decide at the bottom of this that they don't want to do it, but if you're still down there, they will kill you. There's a whole thing. All right. Top of the round, the creatures. Previously, you'll have noticed people wandering around. You've noticed them walking in pairs, you've noticed them walking singular, and they look like various people. However, as they run towards the area where you are, you notice that an illusion drops over them. And you see very skeletal, thin creatures. They're still wearing the same armors, they're still carrying the same weapons that they were before, except that their skin is very cracked and much like parchment, drawn very tightly over bone. And you see their eyes are bright white, same coloured pupils, same coloured irises as they have had before, but they just seem wild and bloodshot, and they're looking in your kind of like direction, heading towards you. I'm going to say, for the sake of it being fair, they are within melee range, but they can't see you, being that they had to use all their movement to get from the edges to where you are, because y'all took the sneaky way to try and get out. They know you're here. That's the end of their go. There are 4 of them. Greff, what do you want to do?
Greff runs up against the wall and prepares to launch Ivoris on top of it and then to be pulled up by Ivoris. If Greff strikes against these creatures, the illusion shatters and we're fucked.
Correct. In that case, I would say you are, in quote-unquote, holding your action?
Semi, yeah.
You're holding your action.
Yes. Sorry, yes.
I hold half of an action. Wait.
It's because of how D&D works. It's
Yes.
hard to answer yes or no. It's like,
Yes.
I want to use my movement, but my action... But
Yeah, that's fine. Your action is the thing that you would hold anyway, which in this case would be helping Ivoris up and over a wall. Okay. The cleric has heard a kerfuffle outside. And Mara, you see them kind of... where is Mara? Mara's still in the study, or are they in the other room?
They would have gone underneath the door seam.
Okay, so you would find yourself in a hallway. Off to one side, you see there's a staircase that goes up, and you see a corridor that just continues down the length of the building. One side being the main exit sort of thing. You see the cleric at the top of the stairs stop, turn, and begin to like walk down. And you see the kind of like house minions, as I've labelled them in my notes. The house minions are staying within, and they seem to be almost frozen in place as if they don't really know what to do. That's essentially what you see. You see the cleric heading down the stairs. All right, Ivoris, it's your go.
I guess I try to get Greff up on to this wall. Am I on the wall?
You are at the bottom of the wall.
Okay, I get on the wall.
Okay.
We
Yep. You can
definitely
use your... Yeah. But like, I'm going to say at the end of your go, the pair of you are up and on the wall. Like you hear Greff's kind of like grunt, grabbing your foot and pushing you up on top of the wall, and you can reach down and pull him up. Like the pair of you are on the top of the wall at the end of Ivoris's go. That's totally fine thing to do. You see the creatures kind of like hissing and like begin like throwing themselves against the wall and trying to like reach up to you. They don't do it as elegantly as you. They don't like help each other up, but you see them kind of jumping and grabbing the ledge with their fingertips. They're gonna come over the next round. That's their go. Greff.
Greff, as soon as he lands, runs over to pick up his armor, which should be in a nice little simple heap under a bush.
Yep.
And then he's just bolting.
Just running, dashing, all that good shit.
Yeah, and
What is your movement speed?
it's just a standard 30.
Okay, so you can only go 60?
Yes.
Okay. Good times. The cleric stands at the bottom of the staircase, kind of like is puzzled a moment, and then walks to the main front door, and he basically steps out into the garden area, looking around to see where the commotion is. Mara, you see his hands like beginning to light up with a bit of fire, and you see some of the runes that are tattooed all across his kind of like arms and his head. They begin to glow.
Cool.
This person is beginning to fire up. They are again making their way, and then you lose sight of them as they enter the garden proper and begin to make their way over to where all this kerfuffle is. Ivoris.
All right. How do we run more?
Just run.
Yeah,
run so much.
Yeah. I can't do any actions or anything. I can't even look. There's nothing I can do.
Where are you running to is the important question.
Back around to the street, probably. I think that being seen now is probably... Well, I don't know. We could play a, like, passing by, like, you know. Y'all need help?
I think the best move would be to move to the street because these things aren't supposed to be out and about.
You two can still talk and not like lose your invisibility, so y'all can communicate a plan very quickly.
Yeah. No, like Ivoris can like clearly hear like Greff just like run around the corner towards the street if he's like following behind.
I think we
Ivoris
just helped each other up the wall, so we probably still have some kind of physical grasp.
Yeah.
It'd probably be easier if you're invisible. Like a tail wrapped around your wrist or something. Like it's super easy. How far can Ivoris run?
30 speed.
So you both can only move 60.
Yes. Neil, how much of a tabaxi is Ivoris?
Let me look at my character sheet.
Not enough to get feline grace or 35.
You knew what I was talking about.
Yes. I was going to mention feline grace to get up and over the one. Wait a minute. He wouldn't have that.
Nope.
All right.
He can't do that.
Okay.
Deleting this episode?
That's fun.
We get a chance to redo this stupidity.
There's no clause for alarm here, guys. Everyone calm down.
That's enough of this. Okay. You both run 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
The creatures scale the wall. There are 4 of them. They land in a bit of a heap, get back up on their feet, and close the distance within 20.
What does that mean?
It means they're within 20 feet of you.
Okay, there you go. They move 40 feet.
They move faster than that, but I took distance off for climbing a wall.
Okay.
They didn't also get their dash. Okay. Greff, continuing to run?
Yeah, how long is this wall? Like, I can see that these things are catching up with us faster than we're moving. Mm-hmm. So how long is this wall? Like, do I assume that I can make it out into the street before these things start clawing at me?
No. Like, if we want it in, like, easily broken down terms, no. They will catch you next round regardless.
All right.
You won't make it into the street particularly. You won't make it into the street, and the street may not necessarily give you the hope you're looking for. You didn't really see many people during the day.
You said the wall is 10 feet.
Yes.
How tall is the house?
The house is 2 floors plus a kind of roof attic area. Mm-hmm. And each floor would be, 10 feet is the usual?
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah, so 30 feet, I guess.
All right. I have fucking nothing. So, Greff's turning around and he's gonna smash both of his swords into the face of the first creature that comes within range.
Okay. Great.
My intention is to hug the wall all the way up against the wall so whoever's on the roof cannot see me.
Smart move.
You cannot argue that he can see me.
Smart move. Yes, I will accept this.
Yeah, so I'm giving myself an advantage on the first attack.
Yep.
Right. That's a 21 to hit.
Jesus, yes, right. that super hits.
All right, that's 14 damage. And I get sneak attack since I had advantage. Haha.
Do you say 14 damage?
Nope, it's gonna be more because I have sneak attack.
Oh, right, yeah.
Sneak attack.
Of course. 7 plus, so 21 damage.
Okay, you smash your sword into the face of this particular one that's kind of clawing at you. It goes down.
And then he raises Orkin carved above his head and brings it down on the next one that's behind it.
Yep.
And normal attack. That's a 16 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
All right, that's another 14 damage.
Yes, this one takes significant damage. You kind of cut into an arm across the kind of chest area. The arm is effectively useless now. The chest is smashed into, and you see kind of a very thick, oozy blood pouring out of it, but it's not like blood. It's definitely congealed.
All right.
It's gross.
And I think Greff in this moment just kind of his brain is running for ideas, and he's just going to grab that new magic sword that he was using earlier, and he's going to swing that with his bonus attack.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yep.
That's 13 to hit.
That fails, unfortunately.
All right. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. The cleric... Morrow, you can be scooting around, but you hear the cleric beginning to slowly make their way back. They seem comfortable, confident, or consigned. Sure, whatever's happening. You see the kind of brightness in some of their runes dying down. The kind of fire, the kind of magic that's still playing between their fingertips is still there. They're still on alert, but they're not I'm gonna punch someone in the face now with magic. That's not their demeanor anymore, but they appear back at the doorway.
Okay,
Ivoris.
Ivoris is gonna get behind Greff to obscure vision from anyone that might see him. And he is going to, while hiding, because Greff's not invisible anymore, is he?
Greff is very visible. You are still invisible.
I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil and Good on Greff.
Oh, okay, cool. What does that look like?
Shit. I don't know. Let me think. I never thought about it.
This is why Neil doesn't play magic users. Let me just actually see what it does. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and the undead. And they are indeed undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. Fuck. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Fuck. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throws. Let's fuck. Okay, great. This is good. You feel like Ivoris has given you a big hug. Awkward, uncomfortable, as if he doesn't really know what to do. You feel this very much surging around you right now.
Ivoris is the hug monster who tries, but he doesn't know where to grab.
Do I sense my spell
he
concentration?
Grabs, he kind of in the ribs and squeezes, and it's kind of tickly. It's not great, but he's trying.
Motherfucker.
And yes, Morrow, you would.
Okay.
Okay, you're protected. Great, that's good. As I roll a bunch of DCs to hit Greff. Okay, this is good times. I'm okay with this. All right. The one that you smashed into first uses kind of raises the hand that isn't completely useless now.
Yep.
Oh, okay. The first one was a 2. It's clearly going to miss.
Okay.
The second one, I guess technically the third one. This one is pretty tall and pretty lanky. Rolled a 3 on its first one, so that's clearly going to fail. And the third one, or fourth one. Ooh. Oh. Okay, that dice is going back in the box.
No, keep using it.
I got a 3, a 2, and then a 1. Because fucking disadvantage. Screw you.
Thank you.
Screw you so much.
Thank you.
We can go back inside now, guys.
cleric begins to make his way upstairs. Again, the house minions seem to be reset, revived. They seem to be going again now, continuing about their purpose. Ivoris. Oh, wait, no, it's Greff. My bad.
Yep.
Sorry.
Greff is gonna strike again against the one with the damaged hand.
Maimed, yeah.
Yep. That's a 26 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
10 slashing damage.
Oh, that's dead.
All right.
That one's super dead. You could do the other arm too if you want.
No, I think he just cleaves through where the arm was into kind of the ribcage area, and it just goes down in a heap.
Yep, perfect.
And then he does a weird little double step where he lunges forward into the one that was behind it.
Yep. So yeah, let's say there's a tall, lanky one and a bit more of a short, dumpy one. You don't really know what they were in life because you wouldn't know.
Going for the tall, lanky one.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
11 slashing damage.
That is indeed painful for it.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm again bringing the new sword around.
Yeah.
That's 23 to hit.
Yes.
And that would be 12 damage.
Well, how'd you kill this one?
So the lunge forward, I graze against its hip area, and then I just bring the other sword up straight into its leg groin area, and you can just hear a smashing, cracking sound as whatever was holding it together just kind of gives out and it falls backwards.
Oh, that sounds super painful. Okay, Grim, Ivoris, what do you want to do? There's one left. Greff has seen to fit to dispatch 3 of them.
I don't think that anything I have is particularly great against a zombie, except if I smited. So I'll try to do that, but honestly, I don't have spell slots. So
oh, well.
I have very few, so try to hold on to them. I might use one smite. I'm going to try to swing now. Ivoris swings for 21.
Okay, that definitely hits.
For 14 damage.
Nice.
And
nice.
smite.
Okay, yep.
For an extra 6, I guess, damage.
Yep.
Hooray.
How do you dispose of this one? You hit exactly on the money.
His sword starts doing the glow Siri thingy again.
Uh-huh.
It's really weird. Does it look the same with the magic coming from different places? Does it look kind of confused?
No, the sword doesn't look confused at all. The sword is happy in its existence. The light that glows from it, it's always a different color now, very subtly different, or it bursts or holds its brightness or dullness. Always very subtly different to one another. Yeah. I
feel like when Iris casts these things, there's kind of that moment of okay, what's gonna happen? What is this?
Anything
She's always
weird?
very
No.
unconfident now with casting things.
This one falls to the ground, also dead. Your 4 pursuers are toasted, no longer around. Maro.
Hello.
I would like you to make a stealth check, please.
Okay, that is going to be as a spooter. Hang on a second. What's the spider?
With advantage because you have these 2 causing a real good distraction.
Okay, so spider stealth is 1 less than my actual stealth, but I'm also a very small spider.
Uh-huh.
That's a nat 20, so 24.
Okay, fantastic. Can I also get you to roll a perception check, please?
Perception check. That uses...
And then I will fill you in on whatever information
mine.
I need to.
12 perception.
Okay. As you begin to wander around this house, you realise there was one very long corridor that starts at the entrance, the doorway. Immediately on the left, there is a study which has a set of patio doors coming off of it. As you continue down the corridor and begin to dip your head in, dip your spider-like entirety into a bit of further, opposite the study, you find that there is a library. It's small, dark. There are black and purple candles in here, and it has the air of magic about it instantly. With your 12, that's all you're getting, I'm afraid. As you return back to the hallway, you pass the staircase, which is fairly simple, that goes up to the second floor. As you continue along, past the study on that same side of the hallway, there is a large reception kind of like area. So there are places to sit. There's a fire case. There is a fire and a display case. It's not a fire case. You idiot. It looks like it has, within the display case, there looks like there is a set of well-made studded leather armor. As you continue on, at the very end of this corridor, you find that there is a kitchen. In your scouting around, you would figure that as you go into the kitchen, the set of stable doors that you found, the stable door, sorry, it might be gable door. I may be saying this completely wrong, who knows. As you kind of make your way in there, you see that door in this kitchen, so that definitely led here. That's basically this floor with this perception that you rolled. And that is this floor without you tripping any traps because of your stealth.
Gotcha.
And without being spotted by someone and them freaking out because there's a spider crawling around.
You think that this dude with his dead friends is scared of spiders, V?
Hey, I think I should make him scared of something really innocuous, and I think it would be funny, but I'm not going to.
I wouldn't think spiders. Scorpions, maybe, not spiders.
Oh, boy.
All right, so in that case, I'm gonna leave.
Okay. That's totally fine. Where would Greff and Ivoris run to? Back in the street, you see that a few of the other guards from the other houses sort of step towards the gate, look around, and then go back again. They don't see anything massively of issue because only one of you is wearing armor and the other one looks like he's been beaten up a little bit. A little exhausted from the run. You two are on the street. Mario hasn't returned. Where would you two be heading?
I think... Oh, by the way, I think Greff would reach down and just crack one of the fingers of these things.
Okay.
He's just carrying it around with him, just look, we're dealing with fucking necromancy. What the fuck is this? How do we beat it? That kind of thinking.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. It would be very easy for you to cut a finger off. That's not a problem at all. Not in the slightest. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd assume there was a fancy restaurant that we didn't want to go to because we weren't sure if the rat would see us from there.
Yeah.
We'd see the rat from there. Uh-huh. I have a feeling we're going to go there. It's close enough that Aaron should... that Maro should be able to find us, and far enough that we're not spottable by the motherfucker on the roof.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. In that case, yeah, there is a fancier restaurant that you two could go to. You don't look like you fit here very well. But paying customers. They give you a table without much problem. There are a couple of customers here. This place smells really good, but you also know this is going to be expensive. Not for Ivoris. Ivoris doesn't care about money, but...
As soon as we've sat down, Greff just kind of under his breath goes I gave all my money to a set, so I hope you have some.
Ivoris just gives you the eye roll of, yeah, I'm
just making sure. Okay.
Okay. Do you two request a outside table or a window table so you can see if Mara is walking by, or do you just want to hide in the back and make sure no one can see you?
Window.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's going to be saying anything outside we want to spot, but there might be movement we have to keep an eye on.
Okay, that's fair. You two get sat at the kind of window. They give you a table for two because that's what I assume you ask for. There's a little candle in the middle of it. It's great. This place is definitely upper market. This is solid silver. Yeah, Morrow, you make your escape. I'm going to say, through hell, high water, whatever it is, kismet, whatever, eventually you will spot these two.
Wait, idea.
Sharing a meal.
I have an idea.
Yes. Oh, no. Yes.
People put traps inside of the place they're protecting. Yes. There haven't been any traps that we've found outside the place they're protecting, just the guards. I'm going to go peek on the windows for the second floor.
Okay. I will need you to make another perception check, please.
Okie doke. Nat 1, 8.
Tinted windows, damn.
I see myself in the reflection. Spider!
Well, I was going to say that many of these windows have heavy curtains on them and you can't really see much through many of them. That was going to be my response for a lot of this anyway. However, on a nat one, you would still see the basics. You know that there are a couple of rooms up here. You just can't tell what they are because the curtains are thick, heavy, or the windows themselves have been like painted over or boarded up from the inside. Mm-hmm. However, one window that you do get to see through is the one that is next to the balcony window. So the balcony with a door, you can't see into that. But the window next to that, you can. You can see that there is a hallway. This hallway has 2 armored undead creatures standing. They seem to be standing next to a door, one each. So they're guarding 2 doors. They are stock still. They don't seem to be moving. They are clearly dead, judging by kind of their overall appearance of, dead. They don't appear to be blinking either. Cool. The island's probably rotted away a long time ago. Yep. It's super gross. Let's put that in. Yes. This is what you see. I can't give you any more than that, I'm afraid.
That's fine. Is there a window to that attic space you'd spoken of?
No, there is not.
Okay. In that case, now I make my escape.
Okay. Eventually, about an hour later, these two are like mid-eating. What are you two ordering just so we can have this nicely set up as a spider boops onto your table?
Breadsticks and pasta.
No.
Pasta and meat sauce.
No.
Real big steaks and peas.
Sure.
Peas and carrots.
All right, one very bloody steak later. Mara, you, as you're kind of like looking around to think about where they would go, you go one place, they're not there, and you go to another, and you see them out the corner of your eye eating food at a very fancy-looking restaurant. It's up to you if you're still a spider or not. Like, you have 12 hours. I'm
still a spider.
Yeah, this is entirely your choice.
I do not want to be seen even remotely in the vicinity right now.
No.
So I skitter over as a spider and then just climb onto the window, I guess. And then just start like doing the front little mandible thing and just like waving them like, hey.
I think Greff is like angrily eating something. Either Greff or Ivoris eventually like, has that spider been there for a long time now?
Nah.
Ivoris gives it a piece of steak.
It's on the other side of the door.
It's on the other side of the window.
Ivoris is feeding the window.
Can I open the window?
No, it's like the kind of glass like front. Yeah.
I'm going to go for some fresh air. Be right back. Greff stands up. He's going to walk outside, walk up to the window, pick up the spider.
That's crispy!
No intention. Do you want to come inside?
I can't actually speak.
You can wave your mandibles up and down or left and right. That's up and down and left and right.
I bite him. No.
Ah! Mother.
Roll Constitution save for poison.
No, stop it. Okay.
Oh, I know what Greff does. There's surely a bathroom around there somewhere.
Yeah, there'd be a bathroom of sorts, yeah.
Yeah, Greff just walks into the bathroom, puts you down, and then walks away. Meet you inside.
Okay, great.
I turn back to Drow.
Okay.
Greff informs the waiter, like, a friend of ours is joining us. Please bring another seat. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah.
Of course, sir. They go off and fetch another chair to join you.
We're in a fancy restaurant, aren't you?
Yeah, you're in a real fancy restaurant, yeah.
Oh.
Another little table was brought, like another little thing laid over.
So, knowing that we're in a fancy restaurant, Mara's actually going to take a few minutes and change out of the common clothes that they were wearing and instead put on a fine set of attire.
Of course, yeah.
More befitting one that might be nobility of sorts. Or at least those of high society.
You come and join Ivoris, who's wearing this kind of like black leather, scaly looking thing, and you come and join Greff, who's wearing all the stuff he wears underneath his normal armor.
It's not fancy.
It's not fancy, it's just underpadding. Yeah, the three of you at this table. Go for it.
Well, that was something. You all right?
Well, no, we're not all right.
I mean, did you sustain any injuries?
Oh, no, actually. No, Ivoris absolutely saved my bacon there. No, we're fine. It's, I don't think we can do this in 24 hours anymore.
No, we're going back. We need to start figuring out how to convince them that was not us. I think we have enough half-truths in the spy. I did tell him to get down, and then he attacked.
Are you talking about the other initiative guy we dealt with?
Right.
No, we're going to deny all of it. We were never here.
No, we can't deny that. They'll just... Have you learned nothing from the last time that we lied about someone who had died?
What if... Well... How long has it been since we jumped that other initiative person?
That was probably fairly early in the morning, let's say 10. It's probably about 8 at night.
How far away was that from here?
You guys walked a significant amount of time to get here. So it's, but like off in the other like district, I guess.
Okay.
It's a fair distance out.
Well, so couple things. One, I got a bit of a floor plan, so at least this wasn't entirely worthless.
No. This is good.
I did some scouting while you two made a pretty good distraction. What if that other person wasn't dead? Or, well, seemed like it. Would that be something that would help?
What are you talking about?
The person
what
that we
if
jumped.
Aaron wasn't dead?
No.
Oh, yeah, that... Okay. Sorry. The initiative guy.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they have his body.
That's if it was found. I mean...
Zed said they found it.
Oh, Zed found it. Did the guard find it or just... That's not going to work then.
No, like... Ivoris, we're not...
We were looking for a gem anyway.
No.
Greff, the best lies are in half-truths. We were
Why
looking
did
for...
we then pay somebody exorbitant amounts to be teleported here without paperwork? This is never going to stand up to scrutiny.
Because,
we were never
Greff,
here.
you always look at all of your options before you make a crazy suicidal trip. They know what we're thinking about doing. We can easily say, we got bad information from your friend, put us here. We came by, saw that this was indeed not something that the assembly would have anything to do with, and that this was actually one that you had already taken care of. You have well protected. We're not worried about that one, so we left. But we checked information, and the spy was a stroke of misfortune. Another one in our great run of misfortune strokes, but I commanded him to get down, and he refused, and he attacked you. Our employer knows your aggression issues, Greff. From personal experience, he knows that if someone refuses to follow instruction and then attacks us, you're not likely to stop. Now, we're probably still going to lose our jobs, but we can probably still convince them not to kill us because they won't find more idiots to go to Discora for their orb. We can still buy our lives with, we need to make ourselves valuable enough to keep alive at the moment. But we can't let ourselves 100% be caught yet. We need to find all the half-truths we can. It would have been great if no one had known we were in there, but that I have no explanation for. We should contact Amira and see if there's any help we can get in covering this pot up.
I disagree. I say we go big. Assad's out there making contacts with whatever's out there. Pay them. Pay them to do something. Distraction. Go back in, get the thing, get out. They saw a Goliath, a tabaxi-looking motherfucker with a hood, and a drow. They don't see us. They don't have paperwork to trace us here.
They didn't see us in the house.
No, they never saw us in the house, and they saw somebody outside.
They know a tabaxi was in the house. That's what they know.
Yes. No, I think health truths are just going to bury us because we can't cover everything.
Well, Greff, that's kind of all that I've got.
I think we need to keep at this. I think we need to get this alchemist stone. We need to get it out of their hands. And then we need to go do the job we were signed. And then when we come back and there's a big hubbubaloo, where the hell have you assholes been? We're like, oh, we were getting this motherfucker. And then we raise a corpse. We were supposed to bring him in alive?
Zed was supposed to be brought in alive. He was going to fine you for every digit that you did not bring back.
Is anybody listening in on our conversation?
Take a perception check. I already rolled to see this. That was my roll just now.
Wow, I'm doing terrible today. 9.
Oh.
Looking around, the waiters seem to be busy with people who look like they have a ton of money. The people with a ton of money seem to be intent on showing that they have a ton of money. No one is listening to you. They rolled a 2.
Okay. For what it's worth, honestly, I don't give a shit either way about, all the rest of everything you're talking about. I'm sorry. My friends' lives are on the line here. That's the only thing I care about right now.
Okay, so what the fuck do we do about it?
Go back in and get it?
How? We'll die.
Nope, we won't.
How?
We contact Aksad. I don't know how exactly we're going to do that, but that's step 1. And we get them to get some alchemists or some crazy people to make explosives, and we blow up one of the other houses. Not the entire thing, just explosives in the house or around the house. Once they're all disorganized and everybody's running to figure out what the hell happened, we're in the other house and we're moving fast.
Greff, I hate to put a halt in your plan, but they are going to up security now.
That's exactly why we need to blow up a part of the other house.
We cannot fight him. Not right now, not today. We have to go get help. And not just from Zed. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to help us.
It's not from Aksad, it's from the others. I don't think Aksad himself can bring this whole thing down for us. We have the mage, Shelly, who can help us. And we have context.
That's going to be very expensive. They're going to be leaving in the morning if we don't turn up and tell them something.
Yeah, that's why we're going to go talk to them. Greff, pats the sword that he was swinging around earlier, the sword we took off the initiative guy, and he just looks at you both and goes like, this thing, if I am right about it, is worth minimum 1,000 gold.
Okay.
We can pawn it and get it.
Greff.
Can I appraise it?
Sure. What do you want to roll?
I don't know. I just know my character has been on the black market enough to know that I would assume they could probably guess the rough value of an item.
I guess history check.
All right, that's going to be bad. Oh, 18. Surprisingly.
You reckon, its market value probably would be near 900-ish gold. But if you want to sell it quick, you're probably looking at 6, maybe 7.
Okay.
100, not just 6 gold. That would be terrible.
That's actually worth more likely at most 900, but if you're trying to get rid of it fast, probably more like 6 or 7.
But I'm not selling it. I'm giving it to whoever the fuck wants to finance us.
Oh, I see.
Doesn't matter.
That's possible.
I've had a concern for a while about what we were going to do with the orb while we waited on our trip to be secured. Why don't we make a plan and come back closer to the date where we can get the fuck out if we need to? Greff, I think that we should, regardless of whether we get this or not, still get you over there.
I do have to mention one thing as well. I overheard the person that showed up, the master that we heard about. Before
you go on, do you want to roll a religion check? So you
Sure.
can figure out what that symbol is?
12.
Perhaps you want to roll again? Your gods are giving you some sort of insights.
21.
That's better. The symbol 12. Of... Ivoris got a 12?
No, he said backwards 12, because 12 and then 21.
Oh, okay, yeah. The other
one
god
of the gods
out,
just took the one and then just moved it.
The Traveler moved it one.
Traveler broke the fourth wall.
The Traveler, when you go to explain what the symbol is, the Traveler explains to you that was a cleric of Kelimvor.
Oh. Okay.
That's the skeletal hand with the scales.
Me, Arch, knew that, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, I know. I figured you would know most of the gods, but I thought I'd give you a chance to be able to explain this.
I've played a lot of D&D games.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Kelimvor is a pretty dope god.
Oh, dope as shit, yeah. Carry on.
Although the use of undead confuses me, but that's besides the point. Kelimvor is anti-undead V. Anti-undead.
Okay, you actually, to be fair, the Traveler could also give you that information too.
Oh, that is a thing. Okay, all right. That matters. That changes things. Okay. So the person that was in there, they were a cleric of Kelimvor, this the god of the dead.
Makes sense.
Well, no, it doesn't. Is the thing, because Kelimvor doesn't like undead. In fact, that's very strictly against what Kelimvor stands for.
Then they don't follow Kelimvor?
I'm not sure. They had a. Sorry, let me. So Mara will describe the character in detail. The robe, yep. The stitched symbol.
Yep.
The fact that they're Goliath.
Yep.
But I overheard them saying that they were going to be here for 6 days and then they were going to be leaving. Now, that does present an opportunity of sorts. If the orb is in that house, and on the 6th day they leave, if they take the orb with us, you can maybe try locating it and see if they have it with them. And maybe if they're by themselves or if they just have the guards with them, we can jump them, or we can get into the house after they've left. That's just my observations.
I have 6 days to determine with visions whether or not they take the stone with them. I could try that.
That's another good idea.
I think what we need right now is time and a better plan and more people. They're going to be on edge for the rest of the night, and we can't afford to go back in there.
I mean, when we do need to go back in, I can call in reinforcements.
Now, the purpose of this is damage control. But how many nets do we think that they have? How many do we think they've made? They could have been doing this for a while now. Getting the orb won't stop it immediately. You know that, right?
It's better than nothing.
I know. I agree. We need it, but we don't need it tonight. Sadly.
I think that every net they've made has been used to kill a god. I don't think they're dragging their legs in this. I think as soon as a stone is ready to be used again, it is used and a god is killed the next day. That is my assumption here. Of course, that's a worst case scenario. It could be they have a stockpile room of 100 of them and they just can't get whatever they need for the ritual.
As V hides face. Traveler, if you're there right now, I don't know if you're busy or not. I can't see your face, so I can't tell.
Of course I'm here.
Is there a time frame between when the gods have been getting killed? Has there been like a set amount of days between each?
We've only lost the 2.
How long was it in between the 2 of them?
It was 36 days between the 2.
And when did the second go?
36 days?
No, like
day
how
36.
long has it been since the second one died?
2.
2 days.
Yes.
I can tell you that there is only one night every cycle of the moon in which webs of creation can be made. And they can only make one per. Well, there are possible exceptions.
Okay. All right. So I'm getting word here that there was a period of 36 days between when the first god and the second god died.
Yes.
And they can only make one of those webs on a full moon, which is only once a month.
Once every 30 days, yes.
Do we know which face of the moon?
They certainly weren't full, and they certainly weren't a day or 2 after the full moon.
And it is day or 2 after the full moon?
Let me check. I should have a list of when Demi made hers. Hang on. The first god, Savras. Savras was killed on the night of a full moon. Ogma was killed 6 days after.
They used to have 2 orbs. They probably did those. Like, they made those 2 webs in the same night. And then just ran to get rid of those 2. Ogma's the god of knowledge, right?
That's right.
Yes.
So they went for the god of prediction and the god of knowledge. 2 gods that could tell or help people to stop them.
Sounds about right.
Is it the same, like, is it the similar face of moon right now as, like, the day that Savras died, or, like, around the time Savras?
No, so Savras died on a full moon, because the moon's rotation is every 30 days.
Yep.
So he died on a full moon. Ogma died 6 days after a full moon, which was 2 days ago.
And do we think that a web cannot be created on a full moon? Or
a web can only be created on a full moon.
Essentially, it means that if someone were going to die, it's probably either very soon or not for another month.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume a month because the alchemist stone that we saw seemed to be functional and fine before things happened. So I'm assuming it hadn't been used again. Maybe I don't know how any of this works. I don't know how the ritual works. I don't know how the webs work. All I know is I want to get the stone out of their hands. And the fact that there's a cleric there right now tells me that they're doing something, and my assumption is another web. Either that or they are killing another god in that house.
I think you might actually be right about that. Because if you think about it, it was 36 days. And that person said they were going to be there for 6 days and then they're going to leave.
Oh. Okay.
All right, we have to contact people. We can't just do this ourselves.
I agree 100%. Maro, earlier you said something about you had contacts or people?
I just meant that if we needed to go in, I can call in some reinforcements of sorts. Just animals, powerful ones.
Okay.
Can we take 6 days to... Well, less than 6... Can we use the 6 days as a comeback with help timer? Greff, I want to help, but I really think that this isn't it. If you know what I mean. I don't want to die. And he kind of like does little fingers at you to glint his ring at you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I understand. But Ivoris, there are people waiting for me on the other side. Then Greff realized what that sounded like. It goes like, on the ocean? Back home. There are people waiting for me there. And there are people there that don't know that they're waiting for me. But I'd still be willing to fall down dead today to make sure that that stone is not in their hands.
I know, Greff. I know how crazy you are. You're here. I get it. This is me trying to damage control. There is a whole nother group out there of people who want the same thing that we want right now. Why do we not want their help? Because we certainly are done with the initiative by now. We are going to have to convince them not to kill us over their spy, even if they do believe us about the fact that we want in that house. If we tell them where that thing is, do you think they know where it is? Do you think they could find it?
Not sure. We got lucky.
Well...
Fine. Let's contact the assembly and ask them for help, I guess.
We'll try to be done.
Fine,
in
but
6 days, we should have something. We should have something before 6 days. We'll use it as a deadline. We'll see how much we can get done in these first 2 days here, and we'll see about returning then. Day at a time.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to return to Shilvanas? Is that the name of our... Shilvana. Do you want to return to Shilvana, or do you think it's better to stick around here?
No. I think that if we have any chance of being believed that we actually did not have any personal interest in this particular orb, then we need to be making our way back to Shilvana now to make that lie a bit more believable. We cannot just stay here and then expect to lie about us not wanting anything here anymore.
Fine. We need to find a set, though.
You hear the sound of a waiter approaching. They place a small silver platter on your table with a kind of little piece of parchment saying how much gold and silver you owe them. And they look up at you and they say, "I think, gentlemen, it's about time you paid your bill." He looks very well maintained, well groomed. This is probably the nicest you've ever seen him look as he's blended into the waiting staff.
Oh, sorry, didn't know we were overstaying our welcome.
You are indeed. You should probably pay your bill and make your way to whatever establishment you are staying at. Have you decided what establishment you're staying in?
Oh, we stay back in Shavana, actually.
Oh, you're returning there tonight. Good, good. Very good, sir. The bill. You see Zed raise his eyebrow at you.
Ivoris pays the bill and leaves.
Greff reads the bill. What does it say?
It's a gold and 2 silver.
Okay, it's just a normal bill. It's not a hidden message.
No, nothing hidden on it.
It would have been so typical that Ivoris just chucks 10 gold on it and on the papers. There's you guys need to get out. The man with one eye is following you.
Why'd you draw the cute little picture of all of us dead on there? What? That's weird. Crazy.
All right.
Good drawing, though.
Greff just kind of goes yeah, I think we'll probably be returning in 2 or 3 days. 6 at the most. I don't know how much of our conversation you managed to overhear. We're not being quiet enough, really, are we?
I've definitely heard quieter patrons, sir. I would highly recommend when you come back in a few days' time that you consider visiting the Duck's Revenge.
Oh, yes, I've actually been there earlier today.
It's a fine establishment.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you for paying. I hope you enjoyed your meal and have a good evening. And you see Azed take the plate, take the money, walk off, and then you just see them pocket the money, blend off, and just leave.
Oh, goodness.
I'd pay the bill, but I genuinely can't. Oh my god, that fucking money.
I didn't steal.
Don't look at me.
I didn't steal the V-Store.
Okay.
No.
So, if I figure this out, the plan is to return to Shavana.
Mm-hmm. Pretend like we're still hunting a set.
Okay.
And
for the bad information he gave us.
Yeah.
Sorry to throw you under the bus, but
That's perfect. To be fair, it's absolutely great.
You leave us, then hey, sorry, but
yeah. Okay. The 3 of you can very easily make your way back to where Shelley is waiting. Shelley is helping the butcher to, pack up for the evening. Actually, no, I'll restart again. It's very easy for you to find Shelley. Shelley is essentially just sitting on one of the crates they've been using all day to help the butcher, various containers. They're just sitting there waiting, keeping an eye out, making sure they don't get jumped by anyone, or more importantly, seen by the guards. You find Shelley as is. Standing next to Shelley, sort of in the shadows a little bit, you see a Zed who had clearly made it here before you. So you're going back to Shavana? Am I going back to Shavana?
Who's asking?
A Zed.
Okay.
Your buddy, Goblin, yay hi.
I think Greff grabs a crate or something somewhere to sit down on. He's just kind of exhausted and just his brain has been actually working.
Yeah, it's probably the other side of midnight now. Yeah. You hear the bells going off, sort of thing.
And he just kind of grabs Azed's hand and just goes Azed?
Greff?
You need to stay here. Because if anybody sees you in Sylvanas, you're dead. There's no paper trail getting you here. They don't know you're here. It's best for you to stay here.
Right, okay. So, I'm guessing things didn't go well, judging by your conversation.
No.
Okay. I've started making contacts. What do you need me to do here?
Greff goes into his pocket and brings out the mummified finger.
Okay.
This is what we fought in there. They're doing some kind of necromancy thing in there.
Bugger. All right, okay.
So any people or things or machines or items or whatever you guys are using over here to deal with this would be great.
We have 6 days to organize.
We have 4 days. Stop saying 6.
Fine. 4 days. 6 at the latest.
Sorry, Azed, if you could, since you have contacts as well, if you can find out any information on this person, see if maybe if your contacts know about, and then Mara will describe in detail the cleric.
Yeah, insert description of cleric, yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird for a follower of Kellenvor to be walking around with undead in their service.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll see if anyone... I mean, if it's a cleric of that high level, someone must know something.
Make sure that the people that you communicate with who are willing to help us know that this is supposed to be the last one that they have.
The last alchemist stone, yeah. All right.
That's why it is important. We can leave with it. We can find something. We don't care what happens with it as long as it's not God-killing, I suppose. But we need to get it out of their hands as quickly as possible. And if we need to make it take a long trip, we are still, I think, going to make that happen.
And you want to do this in 6 days?
They will be
4 or
gone,
5-ish.
maybe with the stone, in 6 days.
Right, okay,
6
so 4 days.
We know
5
where the
days.
stone is for 6 days. Let's put it like that.
Yep.
Okay.
We have no guarantee beyond that.
I'm probably going to need to get hold of some of my, not exactly underworld contacts, but, the other group I'm affiliated with.
Mm-mm.
Are you okay with them knowing this?
Yeah.
If we're dealing with undead, they're most likely to have the sort of people we're going to need.
Yeah. Thank you, I said.
No, I don't. Please don't mention it ever when this is all over. I don't. This is a little bit above the pay grade that I want to deal with. I just want to go get information and sod off again. All this is a bit much. So, information on the cleric, continue finding out about the guard and what the fuck is in there, and make sure we've got something in a couple of days.
If you can't get hold of any of us by contacting the manor, then
Don't worry. Our people will get word to you. Don't worry. But if not,
I was going to say,
meet you.
Stay around Baskin's place.
Baskin's, right?
That's
Good
the only
place.
other place I could think of that I might be in hiding, at least.
All right then. No pressure. I'm gonna need a little bit more financing.
Iris pulls out 50 gold.
Great. You see his head take it quite happily. All right. Anything else you want me to try? I can't promise to get all of this. I will just do my best. But anything else?
I mean, we're going to need
Explosives.
more arms, more people.
People,
You see,
tools,
you see
distractions.
Azed nodding away tomorrow's conversation, and then they stop mid-nod, and they just turn their head to look at Greff. Explosives.
It is the best way to get everybody out of into one of the houses.
Look, I personally don't deal with explosives. I don't know anyone who does.
Will the explosive destroy the stone?
No, we're not blowing up the house we're going into. We're blowing up one of the other houses.
Why
a
don't we
distraction.
blow up the fucking house, though?
Because
do we
we'd
want
have
the
to go
stone
through the
for?
rubble to get the stone.
What if this
I don't
stone
think-
becomes rubble? What if we destroy it that way? What if we just take that whole fucking part of the city and fucking boof it,
Level
boof it to Cicero?
Look, I don't know a lot about magic stuff. That's my buddy's part, but usually you can't blow it up like that. You need to do stuff magically to it to stop it being magical.
Magic explosions.
Are we expecting there to be a storm at any point in the near future?
You see Zed look up and Shelley just shakes their head. Nope. No storms as far as I know.
I mean, I'm not sure how effective it'll be, but I could probably rain lightning down on one of the houses. I don't know if it'll destroy it. I've never tried.
Greff turns to Shelley, which I think we're hanging out with right now.
Yeah, you're in the same alleyway.
Hmm? Can you teleport items? But not yourself. Like, leave yourself stationary and teleport items.
I don't know.
Can you teleport a house to Cicero?
No, I'm not talking about the house. You Nimrod.
You're gonna need a very big door for that one.
I can't, but I might know some people who do. For a price.
Of course. We're just... Shelley, you have no idea, but I'm assuming you actually have vested interest in that we succeed. I know probably everybody tells you that they're not going to pay you, but I'm just...
Shelley just stares at you as if they don't comprehend the words of, like, you have a vested interest in it. They are staring at you like they don't have a vested interest in this. Shelley is a merc through and through.
Does any of Shelley's markings have any form of religious connotation?
Roll a religion check.
Ooh, good one. He just hears Greff absolutely fail. It's just like...
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Let me have a look. Exactly what the symbol would be.
Oh. No pressure.
A skeletal head holding scales.
Roll for initiative.
It's okay. No one's going to kill dead. It's fine. No, all right.
I mean, listen, I can still fight today if we need to. I have some spells. My cantrips aren't terrible.
You actually see a couple. You see... Okay, so Shelley's shell is covered in, like, bright colours and adornments and stuff. Some of them you think maybe someone just drew on, like graffiti, because Shelley was asleep and didn't notice, sort of thing. Or you think some of them definitely have some sort of religious marking, religious meaning to it. One is an oak leaf, which... Did you say you got a 20? An oak leaf, which you would know would be Sylvanus, which is the god of wild nature. You also notice an upright flaming sword, which is Tempest, the god of war.
Oh.
A god of war.
That's a combination.
Yep.
He organizes fist fights in the woods.
Nature will overcome everything. Who knows? That's the symbols that you notice, at least.
Why have we not had a conversation before?
Ivoris kind of like doesn't hide the fact that he is observing this and looking, and kind of does his like kind of an acting way, and not trying to be intimidating, but at the same time like using his acting to be a little bit what's the word? Ambiguous.
Intimidating.
You're implying something.
He kind of like looks and kind of like does a little touch on the shell, you know, just admiring.
Whoa. Never touch the shell, dude. Personal space.
Dangerous time for the gods. Perhaps you should ask them where your time is best spent helping these days.
It's mostly spent making money.
Is that all you stand for? He kind of scratches a little harder at the shell where the religious markings are.
Stop that. I appreciate it. And you see them like turn their kind of shell away from your clawed fingers. And Shelley says, gods sometimes say things and I agree with it. Sometimes they don't. Money's the only thing that's kind of true.
And death. Death is true.
Yeah, that's true also. So what is it you want from me?
We need help. You've heard the conversation. You can roughly estimate what we're trying to do.
Sounds like you're trying to do a heist.
Yes.
Sounds like you fucked it up.
Yes.
Mara's like holding a hand up and pointing at the other two. Mara has a reputation to uphold, okay?
Say a certain someone was able to help. Certain someone was able to cause distractions. Certain someone knows certain people know certain things about dead things and magic. How much would that be worth?
Greff slides out the... Yeah, Greff slides out the magic sword he like has on his side. How about... What was it that we estimated? 900 gold? And then he slides it back in.
They tilt their head. Looks to be more like 800, but sure. So, if that were to fall into a certain person's hand, a certain person could learn what rituals were cast in certain places and how they work and what to expect. I mean, over the course of 4 days, shouldn't take long.
Maybe the ability to reverse or undo any of it?
Shelley's good, but Shelley is not bringing back God.
Oh, no. I thought you meant the rituals to raise the dead, how they created all their guards. Because it would have been real fucking fun to go there, speak 3 magical words, and all the guards just fall down. Just return back to corpses.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh.
If you just say, like, the guards, and Shelley just laughs and says the guards.
Okay, sure. Persuasion.
Accents are very hard, I know.
Especially Greff's. Greff's have an interesting accent.
18.
18? I might know a person.
That would be worth, and he pats the sword, 900 gold.
Shelley and Azed both look at you like she said it was worth 8. And they're offering that. They give you that look of like, you idiot bastard.
No, I'm telling Shelley that I'm not buying their bullshit that it's worth 800. That was not me raising the price. That was me telling them to go fuck themselves.
Shelley thinks that she's done a good. I can contact people. They'll be able to help me with that. Give me what is everyone back here in 4 days?
4 days.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been home. So, back to Sylvana.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. And Shelley puts their arms out to the 2 of you. And Azed waves, and that's the last thing you see of Sylvana for a couple of days. We'll go sepia-toned. Whee!
Last thing we see of the capital.
Last thing you see of the capital for a few days. Okay. So, I am going to get Yol to roll for what Azed finds.
All right.
And I'm going to get Yol to roll for what Shelley does.
V.
Is there anything important that y'all want to try and look, other than, making sure that your presence is known, making sure that you are seen here? Anything other than that you really want to do? Let's say everyone could do one major thing.
God.
Ivoris is going to do visions on the scary guy. And if that doesn't work, he'll do the orb itself. But I think those are the only 2 things he's got to do a vision on that could help right now.
Perfect. Okay. Greff, is there anything major that you want to do other than making your presence known? Let's say one major thing, if you want to do it.
I think Greff just... I'm assuming... let me go over the plan just so I don't make a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
We're assuming that Azed is contacting the assembly and that Shelley is trying to figure out the magic part of the whole thing.
Yeah, Shelley is trying to figure out the undead mitigation.
Mm-hmm.
and Shelley also mentioned that they might be able to figure out what the ritual is that is being cast.
Yeah. All right, and Azed's doing the assembly part, or should we also be running at the assembly thing? Are we assuming that Azed can do it no problem, or does it mean that we might have to do it ourselves?
Well, Azed has links with the assembly already. They are a member of sorts. They are looking specifically for information on the cleric, and they're looking specifically for information on the schedule and potential traps within the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what Azed is up to.
And I think Greff spends some time at the Leaky Bucket and maybe trying to figure out his whole explosives plan. Like, if there is any kind of chemical or thing that can't
It's okay, I've got it. We'll take you to the leaky bucket. I've got this handled. All right. Maro, is there anything in particular that you want to be dealing with, talking about while we're in Shilvana and making your presence known?
Yes, I have an idea.
Sure, hit me.
So, Maro wants to try to convene a circle of druids, and see if any assistance can be recruited in that manner. Because if anybody is going to want to help, do the whole protect the world thing, Maro feels like it would probably be other people that are of a like mind that, God's dying real bad for nature. Us saving them, very good for nature.
Okay, that's definitely something we can do.
Like,
that's
just be like,
problem.
Shantea, can you send out the party invitations?
All right, okay, cool. I know exactly how to handle that. That's a fucking great, you invite them over to the manor for tea.
We
and
tried the
biscuits sort of
Thieves
thing.
Guild route. Now we're trying the Druid route.
Okay, these are perfect things. All right, okay. Okay. Who wants to go first?
Roll for initiative.
Okay, so I have an idea, and for my idea to work, I need to ask that Neil goes first.
Oh, shit.
And Greff's gonna ask Ivoris something before they go, and it's very simple. I think we're probably walking back to the manor, and we're all kind of probably being quiet and thinking about our plans and what we're doing and how this is gonna plan out. And eventually, Greff kind of just goes like, "Ivoris,
yeah.
do you think there's any way to know the cleric's name, the one that was in there, the one that Maro saw?"
If you give me time, I might be able to future sight it. Why?
I have an idea, and it might be a really dumb one, but if it works, it would be really, really good. I just need his name, and if the plan doesn't... Okay, let me just spell the plan out.
He seemed like the type that was not afraid to show his power. I'm sure that someone like that has a name that's easily found.
Yeah. The idea I have is the other day... Okay, let's just admit a couple of things. I have been using the Scroll of Ogma.
Okay, I don't know how you... Ogma's dead.
Yeah.
Am I aware
of the scroll? This is probably
probably the first time. I don't think...
Yeah, you know that they know where the scroll is. That was mentioned when Arliss was still here. You know that they know where it is, but you don't know where it is, and you don't know how accessible it is.
As soon as you said that, Maro dead stops and is like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Don't stop me. I'm in the middle of something.
Uh-oh.
I'll answer your questions. I'll answer your questions. I've been using the Scroll of Ogma, and somebody stepped in. I've been communicating with somebody since Ogma passed. Ogma died. If we know the name of the person, the cleric, and we know that they are working with and around undead, we might be able to get a word to their very literal god. If that works, we might be able to strip them of their powers.
Okay.
It might help.
I hate it.
And Greff points to you before you start going. Also, he's talking to what we assume is God, so we have two ways of getting information to the god. So even if whatever I'm talking to isn't capable of talking to them, to Callan Morn.
Wait, hold on.
No. Scream!
Hold on.
Bree!
Not Callan
Plot twist.
Callan Vorn, right? There's just a V in there. That's the only difference, right?
Kalimvor.
Okay, sorry. I've never heard that spoken. I've never thought about spoken that a lot. Callan Vorn.
Four. Do you want me to type it out for you?
I just typed it out.
For those of us, thank you. For those of us, how do you spell it at home? Kalimvor is Kelemvor. Kelemvor? I think there might be an M in there.
Kelemvor.
Yeah, there you go.
Kelemvor.
Yeah, I actually have got it correctly written in my notes.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like Keenan and Kel, Imvor.
Kelemvor.
That would be a very different show.
Anyway,
yes.
Continue. Sorry.
We might have two ways to get information to. God damn it, guys!
I love orange soda.
V, please tell me that Kelemvor loves orange soda.
I'm not saying anything. You'll have to meet Kelemvor to find out.
I'm done. I'm dead.
Thank you. Yes. So Greff's pointing to Marrow and going like, and also he's talking to gods, I think, and he might be able to get another way to get information to Kelemvor. That, like, I know this is a dumb plan, but I think this might work. He is working with undead that is against their tenets.
We are trying to help the gods. They should be on our side. I mean, why would we not ask for their help too if we're looking, you know?
So it's just if in your future site, if you can try to focus their name, try to get that out of the ether, I'll ask people around. I'll describe him, see if we can get anything. But
if we could get in touch with Adnilov, she was in trouble.
Yeah,
but she might know.
I like the idea that your plan is to just tattletale on the guy.
Hey, but,
do you know what? Snitches get stitches, okay?
Well, you know what? Somebody who's breaking the tenets of the gods gets smoten. It doesn't rhyme like stitches get stitches, but... All right.
This poor house.
I think this is an incredibly dumb idea, but I love the idea of just going to a god and going like, you know that motherfucker that prays to you?
We're so mad that we couldn't steal from this guy that we're just going to smear his reputation as well. Blow up his house and smear his reputation. Fuck this dude.
Across the celestial
being
plane.
hard to steal from.
Forget telling the parents. Go straight to the god.
Okay, then let's do your visions first. Then
Jesus Christ,
fuck me. This idea is okay. Sure. All right. Let's start off. What vision do you want to do first? Let's say these visions happen over a course of like however many days.
He's gonna do the guy first. The scary necromancy guy.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Okay, let me just open up my PM notes on you. All right, hit us. Let's do a future check.
Oh, it was a 12.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't.
I'll tell you what. I'll allow, basically because you're going to be doing this over a series of days. So I can turn my camera back on now that I'm not talking absolute bollocks.
Roll with advantage, basically.
Yeah, I'll allow you to roll the advantage on each of them. Okay. And that's as much as I'm going to, because we aren't abusing this mechanic.
Yeah, we don't spam these, yeah.
Yeah.
Are these ability checks or saving throws, or like, what is this?
No, they're not saving
checks.
throws because I can't have that nice +5 stack to it.
Because I mean, if you ask Morrow for help, I can give you guidance. It's only a D4, but
absolutely. If you can just give us something in a way that you are guiding him.
Yeah, well, you see him try and fail. I guess we're still walking when he tries it the first time because, like, Greff just asks him.
That's definitely doable. Yeah,
and he has no luck and is blind. And you have to
you see his eyes kind of like his one eye milk over. You're like, oh.
Morrow like puts their hands on your shoulders to guide you along as we're walking, and then is like, if you're gonna try that again, let me know. I can see if I can try to help, and then like be like mentally just be like, listen, I still don't know if you guys can hear my thoughts or not, but like, if you can kind of help him along, he's not really very good at this, but listen, it's kind of important.
This is new. Okay, you know how new this is. You have the timestamp. You know when this happened.
You hear like Chantea basically begin to hum something very soft and very gentle, much like the things she does when you are tending your garden, and it just seems to help them grow a little. So kind of in the back of Ivoris's head, he gets the feeling like really soft, gentle lullaby music is being played, but he can't hear it. You just, like, you know, if you listen to a really good rock tune, your heart's like, fuck yeah, but you can't hear the music, except this is more like a lullaby. So you also then have guidance. We'll assume that happens each day as well, so you can roll with advantage and with guidance.
Woo. Well,
add a d4.
It was a 14 plus 4, 18.
Excellent. 18. What details are you focusing on about the cleric? I will give you a detail, and then I will give you a vague vision.
So I'm trying for his name, basically. I am trying to see the peak of this person's power, in a sense, because we know they're doing something. I want to know how much of a threat this person is. I want to analyze the threat, basically. And
is this a gnome in a glass bottle?
How much of this task this person is taking on by themselves, you know, whether it's... You know.
Are they also undead?
I just want to know. I just want to know how capable this person is of this magic, how much help there is to be, if any. I just want to see this person do something crazy in these next couple of days. The craziest magic scariness that they have going for them.
Okay. As you're focusing kind of very intently on the description that Mara gave you, his guidance, Chantea's help, the fact that you are touching the person who saw him, you kind of use that connection as best you can. And the name that springs out to you is Jazar. Jazar.
No last name?
No last name.
That's badass. Sauron.
Thank you, Best White Tiger. Just
what do you mean?
Jazar.
It's Jafar.
No, Jazar. Don't play this game with me, Arch. No.
Jadar?
Oh my god, I hate all of this.
Your eternal reward.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to mute all of you. You try and focus on essentially Jazar's greatest hits. On the length of how much they are involved, how powerful they are. You see them standing with two other clerics. They have their arms reaching out, they're gripping each other. And in the very center, you see a rift in the fabric of our reality. As you look through it, you can glance a kind of golden web. You notice that there are 4 bright lights, pillars almost. You see orcs on the other side of that, running around, charging. The scene fades a bit, and you can see fire raining down from the sky. You see them laughing and smiling as they are standing in the middle of this, watching things, people, objects, things that you don't get a very clear look at. It's all blurry, but you see the fire and you feel their joy. You also see them standing in front of a cauldron. You see them turn and look at Kania and Karsus. You see them smile, and you see them take a web of creation and walk with it. You know this isn't the first, not even the second, not even the third time they have done this. And then your vision fades out.
Okay, and that was future stuff, or was there some...
There is a mixture of both in this.
Okay.
I think the Kania Karsus thing was
definitely the past.
Definitely the past, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not coming back to work for them.
Unless they never left.
You know, the healthcare in Discord is just awful.
No,
in which
I
case,
gave you a mixture of both because you
Discord?
wanted to see the height of their power, and that was some previous things.
Okay. Well, Ivoris is shaken about a detail in there. And you definitely know he's got something, but he's like being real quiet.
Okay. What's your next vision that you want to try? Let's say this happens a few days later.
Does Ivoris want to have a conversation with us before that, or do we just want to move on?
Do you want me to tattletale now or later?
Oh, we're tattletaling right now. Like, we have 4 nights to bitch and moan.
Okay, we will do this as in order, as like time scale. I was just going to do everything all at once and let y'all talk it out, but this is fine. And whatever
Apparently
makes,
we're
makes
telling
y'all
on
happy.
people, so...
All right, y'all make it back to the mansion. Ivoris is blind. His house staff look worried until it's explained that this is probably only temporary.
It's gonna be fine.
They make everyone comfortable and happy, and then go back to bed. It is like stupid AM. But as soon as they notice that someone is arriving, they have the appearance of being ready, and then they just go straight back to bed. Okay, how are you tattletaling? Are you tattletaling to Shantea and the Traveller? Are you going to use the scroll? Are you both going to do the same?
I'm doing the scroll, and I ask Maro, like, you're going to do your people, right?
I mean, sure, they can hear you. They can hear all of us.
Well, we'll definitely have a go at finding Kenfor. I mean, Kenfor and I don't exactly get...
Well, nobody exactly gets on very well with you, my dear. We will make our efforts.
Why do we
Thank
all
you.
sit quietly after he talks for so long?
Well, because there's a bit of a conversation in my head. It would be rude if everybody was talking all at once. As it is when the two of them talk at the same time. Sometimes I get really anxious because it overwhelms me, and then I get really panicky.
I am not going to overdub V talking over herself.
I think that has happened once in his history, or twice in his history, so you can only do that once. Okay, they say that they will try their best, and Greff is writing what?
Greff basically reaches out to the, like, with the paper. I think, was Greff writing in it, or was he just...
Initially, he was kind of just, like, praying to whatever it was that was going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can experiment different ways of using it, like...
Greff is gonna write the name of the person, Jassar.
Yeah.
In the scroll, and then he's gonna, like, reach out, like, he closes his eyes, and he like no. The owner of the scroll, whoever you may be, I know something that might be of value.
When you open your eyes, you see the ink that you wrote, the name Jazarin, kind of begin to spread across the parchment, and it forms new words. He was Kelemvor's.
He prays to a different god now.
He prays to none of us.
Heathen.
Fuck. He is at the center of destruction and death of gods. He has cursed your names and your existence, and we intend to bring him down.
When you need us most, we will help you this one time.
I ask nothing more with nothing in return.
Call our name. Pray to us when you need us. We are listening out for you, Greff Peacebleeder.
Who stands behind the words? Whose name do I call?
My name is Clemdal. I speak for us.
Huh. Oh.
Let me think how to phrase this. For this act, I thank you. Yeah, I think that's like, like it, like, just like, like, for this.
Try write big words, no good.
Greff just sounds so formal when he's talking to guys.
Greff
has reverence.
So I'm gonna, like, make that point. When, like, as soon as I knew Greff came from Discora, and you guys were all doing Kino things, and we started describing how desolate the churches were here, you know for a fact that Greff, like, his reverence for gods got magnified by your dismissal of them. Like, it's the whole, like, if nobody's gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it twice as hard. Like, that kind of thing.
stubbornly sticking to his own ways. Yeah, you can take a religion check if you want on the name.
Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm going to tell you, however, it's a very difficult check.
Okay, then I'm probably failing it, but let's try anyway. Yeah, it's at 18. 16, sorry.
You think that this goddess is probably good, somewhere between the good, maybe neutral scale of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really all you know.
What did you say her name was again?
Clemdal.
Clemdal. All right. That's enough of that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to the next day. You reach out. I'm going to stay with Greff. We'll do the explosives first. Fuck it.
Okay.
And then we'll do you go to the leaky bucket.
Mm-hmm. Xanatos and
Xanatos and my favorite Jankiso is there.
Yeah.
Xanatos kind of gives you a nod, as if she has something to tell you.
Greff just walks to the bar and leans over do I need to sit down and have a drink?
Let's say that it's that time of day where there's nobody here.
Oh.
It's early-ish, I guess. Jankiso is probably sleeping off his hangover over one of the tables or something.
All right, he's there at least. Okay,
yeah.
That's good.
So that thing you were looking for, we found it.
Okay.
The rumor is that there is a place in the capital. It's not difficult to find. It's end of Baker's on Maker's Lane, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 houses. They look fairly similar, made out of red brick, white brick, one mix of both.
Mixed.
Yes, very much so. Apparently it is there. It will not be there by the end of the week. That is all that my people managed to pick up.
Fuck.
There it is.
Greff kind of waves his hand and goes double pay this week.
No. We had an agreement, Greff. My people would get 1 gold a day for every day they wasted on this, and 50 gold for the exact location.
Fuck.
That is as exact as you are going to get.
That is exact. You're right. Fine. All right. I don't have money on me right now. I'm so super sorry. You know I'm good for it, and if I'm not good for it...
I do not know you are good for it, Greff.
I have paid you every month on the dot, even the month when a set gave away all my fucking alcohol.
You only took possession of this bar a few weeks ago, Greff. Amira.
Amira
was a
running
boss.
it. I helped run it back when Amira ran it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason why the thing didn't fall apart is instantly in my hands.
Greff,
I helped with stress relief for Amira.
I will be taking this out of detail.
Yes, please do. I'm sorry.
And I will be paying myself double because you are such a good boss.
I feel like I'm getting abused by everybody around me, but it doesn't feel different.
No, it doesn't, does it?
No. It's difficult being a Goliath in the big city, huh?
A deception check.
That's a 20.
Wow.
I'm raising my good rolls.
She smiles and nods, and she's like, I'm going to open up the bar soon.
We roll 20s to joke with one another, but when it comes to doing the things...
Roll a perception to spot the super important thing. Nope.
We roll 5s all day long.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is she the one I would approach about the explosives?
You could ask her about it for sure.
Yeah. As she starts walking around the bar, Greff just goes how would you blow up a building?
She stops, and you hear the snoring from Jankiso suddenly stop. And she turns to look at you, and you see Jankiso sort of slowly turn and push himself up to look at you.
I want Greff to have the most casual fucking look on his face. He's acting like he just asked them what the weather was.
Greff, if you blow this place up, you won't get much for it.
What? No. No, nothing. Fucking never. This place is my only child. I would never destroy this place. No. other projects, with the initiative.
I would, if I were you and I were in the initiative, I would ask the initiative for help blowing it up.
Yeah.
But let's say the initiative said that incurs too much collateral damage, and they have vetoed that idea.
Then, if they were my employer, you're my employer, so please don't take this as what I would do to you. I would listen to them.
Quitter talk. Greff just turns around and grabs some kind of flask of something and is gonna pour himself a drink and try to help them open up and clean up.
Jankiso kind of stumbles over to the bar, pours himself a hair of the dog, just sits at the bar, sits on the bar and drinks. And as Xanatos is off cleaning, moving, and getting stuff ready, moving alcohol from the basement up here, cellar up to here, he says, "So, how big would this building be?"
There's definitely Greff freezes what? And then
if one were to just theoretically blow up a building, one needs to know how big it is.
Oh, it's roughly 2 stories tall. I would say it probably has maybe, what would we say, 6 rooms on the floor?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
6-ish rooms with a living room area thing. We're not looking to bring the whole thing down. We're just looking to knock out a wall,
Oh. Well, there are some cocktails that I make that are so... They don't just explode in taste.
Oh. Elvish. What's the word I'm looking for? A feast for the eyes as much as the taste. Oh.
Uh-huh. So, it depends entirely on what it's comprised of, this wall, Greff. It completely depends on whether it's a wooden wall, or whether it's wooden daub, whether it's stone, whether you need the building to still stand. There are many things to consider. Oh, and whether it's magic.
I don't believe that building is magic. If it is, I'll take the oopsie-daisy on that one.
But we're talking theoretics. Nobody needs to take any oopsie-daisies, do they,
this.
Greff?
Initiative said no.
Aha, yes. Yes, fuck the initiative. So, when were you thinking of doing this? When it got vetoed.
I would be doing this.
I'm sorry, what?
I would theoretically be doing this.
Yes, when would you theoretically be doing this? Because the initiative totally said not to do this, of course, darling.
I would theoretically do it in 4 days, so I'd have to have it in my hands by 3.
Oh. In your hands by 3?
Or it can be
Greff,
there.
Darling, Jankiso reaches, they're still sitting on the bar, by the way, they're going to reach over and put their hand on your shoulder Greff, darling, I wouldn't trust my explosives in your hands. No offense. As beautiful and wonderful as your hands probably are, this is delicate work.
No offense taken. I get you. Fine. We'd have to have it, me and my cohorts, theoretically in 3 on the 4th day is possible. Or it can be transported to the theoretical location of the theoretical thing. Theoretically.
I wonder if someone were to theoretically set this cocktail in motion, one would theoretically be paid?
Oh, yes, obviously.
Right. How about one actually pays me in actually being introduced to Baskin?
Fuck. You know,
because that is the reason I'm here. As lovely as this shithole is, it's not where I want to be, Greff.
Greff is going to point to some of the furniture he bought and go that is not shitty.
Greff.
Wait, I did. Okay, I get... Fine. You know what? It is worth it. It is absolutely worth it.
Great, then we have a deal.
Greff reaches
Where
out his
do you
hand.
want me in 4 days?
The capital at the end of Baker Street with the cocktail.
I'm making you a cocktail in Baker Street in the capital.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just give it to me.
I am not giving this cocktail to you.
Well, then you have your location, don't you, buddy?
Well, how about this? How do you intend to be there in 4 days? And can you just not take me with you? Or is it actually an initiative job?
I can take you with us. It's no problem.
Okay, then fine. Where do I meet you in 4 days?
Where did we meet Shelley last time?
Graveyard.
Meet me in the graveyard. I described roughly where.
Greff, tell me, am I going to have to wear something incognito?
You're going to have to wear muted colors, yes.
No, Greff.
Yes, Jen, muted colors, earth colors.
Oh, Greff. I feel like you're not paying me enough. I
feel like I will be paying you more than enough because you're getting out of this dump as soon as you can.
In that case, I will wear the drabbiest thing you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. All right, you've secured yourself some explosives. Good job. All right, later that evening, vision number 2. What vision do you want to do?
Do I need to do the stone now?
I guess it depends on what information you want about it. Like, because last time when you did a vision on it, or correction, you did a vision on the mission, your vision was woe, i.e. an omen, and the omen being a doorway at the bottom of a corridor.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could try for a better layout of where it's at, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, make your future roll with advantage and guidance.
19 plus 4.
19.
21. Okay. Backwards 12.
Okay, 21. Backwards 12.
21.
Okay. You get a much better layout of the house. There is an attic. And in the attic, there are 3 guards, 3 undead armoured guards. They are surrounding a pedestal which has a yellowish stone on it. The next floor down, there are 2 bedrooms and another small study. The lower floor, the floor that Morrow has been on, has the reception room, the kitchen, the study, the library. But you also see that there is a vault on this level.
Ooh.
Hidden, well guarded, but you can't see much about it except you get the idea of something cases. You get the idea that it's hidden behind something. You also see that there is, in fact, a basement. This basement goes down fairly deep. Goes down so deep past wine cellars, food larders. Somewhere in this cellar, there is a door, a hidden something, and you get the idea of torches. You see flickering flames, and then you see yourself in that long corridor again. You see the door at the end again, and you see someone melting in it.
Okay. I will wait until I figure out where everyone is to relay that, I guess.
You got over 20, right?
That was a 21.
On a 21, you see like the top floor, you see the attic, and you see the room with the bedrooms on it. One of the bedrooms has the balcony. You know that it's on neither the attic nor on the balcony, nor on the bedroom level. You know it's either on the ground floor or below ground. You don't know exactly where the stone is, but you know it's not on the top 2.
But there was a stone up top, just not this stone.
Correct. It looked
there was something that looked like the stone up top.
It looked exactly like the stone you were looking for, but you know it's not that.
Thank you.
V. You know how mad I would have been, though, V.
Man, we would have gotten debated.
Y'all are being baited by a bunch of shit, and it's making me so happy right now.
If you bamboozled us, I would have been so mad.
Do you guys think the assembly would just kill us on the spot? We bring them like a shiny rock, and we're like, look, we did it!
Actually, to be fair, until y'all figured out that the Cleric of Kellenfall wasn't a Cleric of Kellenfall, I was like, you bastards, I can't believe you tricked that out of me, you dicks.
Again, it would have been fucking hilarious.
Okay, so that's your vision of the stone. Let's do Circle of the Clerics. Druids. No, Circle of the Druids. My bad. I'm sorry. I was thinking about clerics. I got excited.
The Circle of Clerics.
I'm not religious in that sort of way.
We don't want the circle of clerics to do anything.
Where do you want your clerics to meet? Sorry. Fuck.
Keep doing it.
Where do you want your bards to meet? No, fuck.
No.
Where do you want your druids?
Yes.
Okay.
A summoning of bards is just known as a stripper party.
No, a circle of bards is just a drumming circle, right? You see them at like campsites. It's fucking annoying.
Something's being passed around.
Yeah, that's a circle of bards. Where do you want your circle of druids to meet?
Ow. I laughed so hard I'd just give myself a headache. Ow. The garden.
Yeah, the overgrown, wildly growing now garden. Yeah.
Yes. They need to appreciate my work.
He is literally starting a drum circle in your garden, dude.
I've grown some good stuff here. It just takes a little bit to grow.
You see, the first person who approaches is a hobgoblin. She has long, shaggy hair. She's wearing essentially a collection of plants that have been pressed together. They seem to have a very shiny lacquer to them. She looks like everything is growing wild on her. Like she hasn't bothered like washing, straightening, or brushing her hair. Her fingernails are broken and cracked. They're covered in grass and dirt and such like. And she turns up looking particularly grumpy. The other person that also arrives is a drow. They are they don't look like your traditional druid. They aren't like covered in plants. They don't look like they ascribe to nature is being above all. They are very well manicured. They are wearing metal armor. They're wearing a whole host of stuff you wouldn't expect. You think there's probably a little bit more to them than meets the eye necessarily. These are the only two people within the area that got to you or could be here within 2 days to like, answer your call, and there wouldn't be anyone else who could get here any quicker or be here by the time you guys want to leave again.
Okay. I'm sorry, and you said the second one was what race?
Drow.
Cool. Okay. So when they arrive, Marlo's just welcome. It's nice to meet both of you. I've never actually met others that are like myself.
Nature drew me here, so I am here, the drow says.
That's precisely why I asked to have you come here. So hi, I'm Morrow. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I am I don't even know what's the word. I am friends with Shantae. Friends would be the word.
I've never actually spoken to gods. I just follow their whims. I'm very holistic, he says. I wear what I feel like wearing and I do what I feel like doing and things kind of work out. That's why I'm here. And he has like this kind of goofy looking smile on him.
That sounds very carefree. I like it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's very much like nature. It's very going with the wind.
I am Kotez. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, I'm going to write this down.
That's good. I might forget my name later.
Kotez, that is the drow.
Correct.
Drow druid. Now there's 2 drow druids in the party. Well, technically. And what's about you? What's your name?
Usular.
I'm sorry, can you spell that one? That one's a little bit harder.
Usalore.
Usalore. All right, that's the hard one for me to pronounce. It's my little bit of a lisp, but it's all right. It's all right.
You can call me you. It's fine.
Hey, you.
I was just getting confused. This is why I don't talk to people.
I'm sorry.
Someone told me some punching needed to be delivered, and I am your warrior. What do you want?
Fuck. All right. So, as both of you might, I'm sure, aware, there's some things going on with gods dying. I'm trying to stop that with some friends of mine. There's these bad people that have this stone, and they're trying to make things so that they can kill more gods. And we're going to try to stop it by getting the stone and stealing it. But we tried once, but they were very heavily guarded, and it didn't work out so well. So I thought maybe you all could help with this whole thing. I figure who better to go to than those who also follow the whims of nature and the gods. And I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this whole leader thing.
No, you're not doing so great, but I think I get the gist. So, what do you want us to do? Like, go in there and steal stuff? That's not really my forte. Mine's more, kicking this, using my various forms to make sure that people's personalities are realigned with something I prefer.
Along with their face, I assume.
Absolutely. Any other body part I can get to as well. Oh, that sounds... I'm so glad I'm here.
This does sound rather fun. So the way I'm thinking that we're going to do things, depending on how my friends pan out with whatever it is they're doing, is in 2 more days. Right? 2 more days?
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
In 2 more days, we're planning on going back to the capital where this is all taking place. We're going to go there, and from what I understand at this point, it's going to be more of a hit-and-run sort of thing, so we're going to need to go in hard and fast and try to get the stone as best as we can. There might be some magical traps. I think there's something about trying to make something explode. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But yeah, we're definitely going to need some backup of the magical and ass-kicking variety.
Great. I'll meet you in the capital.
Meet us at the, was it the Duck's Revenge? Meet us at the Duck's Revenge. Yeah, that's pretty much. Would you like some mushrooms before you go? I have a fresh garden in the basement.
Do you know what? No, I'm gonna go flexing muscles. And you see them kind of like put their hand out and like kind of do like the flexing thing, but like just very, very tense. Like, yeah, I gotta, we'll practice a bit. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I got this. Me and the Duck's Revenge, right? I know that place. So,
that's it.
It's a bit weird, but alrighty then. And you see Usalor just stomp off into the kind of tree lines. Kotez's like, explosions. Right. Okay.
I'm not sure about that part.
I happen to know someone with explosions.
You do?
Yeah. I can talk to them.
Hold on a second. Come with me then. Come with me. This way.
Okay.
And I'm assuming at some point Greff is in the house, maybe when this meeting is transpiring.
Let's just say that Greff has just finished cleaning up the leaky bucket, replaced some broken stairs and stuff like that, and he's just sitting down like after a long day of manual labor.
He's just sat down.
The front door slams open, and there's 2 drow standing in the door. It's like, Greff! Hey, Greff!
Oh, there's 3 of you now.
What? No, no.
Oh, no, wait, that's 2, sorry. Ugh. Tasting of my own.
Are you all right? Do you need
much.
Me to heal you or something?
Nope, I am fine. I'm actually pretty good.
Well, anyways,
I'm sad.
So this here's my new friend. This is Kotez.
Hi.
Hello.
Kotez, say the thing that you said to me.
So, my new friend here says that you need someone with explosives. I just happened to run into a guy who did explosives last night. Isn't it funny how these things line up?
More is merrier. I've got somebody working on it, but more is always better. What are we talking about here? Greff, like all the like tiredness that was in him is gone. Now he's just like, If we blow up both the houses, we win. Sorry.
Yeah, I can see if they teach me, and then How do they phrase it? Bob's your uncle. I'll be able to blow something up for you.
That sounds amazing.
I don't know who my uncle is.
Once you know, come back to me, and we'll get you to meet up with the person that is making the other set.
Okay.
And the two of you maybe you can brainstorm something together. If not, it's fine. We just have two sets. Like I don't know. We'll see what we have.
Make a nature bomb. You just drop a bomb and then it destroys everything, levels the playing field, and then plants immediately grow.
like mushrooms grow in the shape of the house that's just been replaced.
Can I live in I want to live in a mushroom house? That sounds amazing.
This was a bad idea to bring up. Okay. All right then. So I'll be here soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
We could go down to what's that place by the cliffs and all that stuff we went to?
Freedom's Bluff.
If we went back to Freedom's Bluff, maybe that tabaxi has, all of, like what Iran used to have that would light fire and all of that.
Oh,
I had
what
some.
is
you?
He's suggesting that you go back to. Oh my god, what the hell is her name?
I had it written down, I think.
The one who
I have it on Iran's notes. Hold on. Let me pull up Iran's character.
The very pissed off tabaxi forger lady.
Dalka.
Yeah,
Dalka, yeah.
I never wrote her name down.
I did because she was very important.
I didn't. She wasn't my friend.
You do have time. You could go.
I mean, like, would that be something that Ivoris wants to do? Go talk to him, Dalka?
No.
Oh, no, wait. Ivoris got super bad along with them.
Yeah, he's suggesting that if you wanted to go, he could, figure out how to get you there.
Fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Oh, right. You should probably remember you also have the little dragonling with you, Greff?
I do. I have written down here, Lantern of Revealing, Little Dragonling.
Yes.
Little Dragon, actually, is what it says.
Okay. Sure. Cool. Y'all can do that.
I guess Greff's going there. Does Ivoris want to join, or is Ivoris just like, nope, that's a tabaxi. I have no interest in interacting with them.
I mean, he can go too. He can take the trip as long as we're teleporting, but he was just suggesting that, if you needed help teleporting, then we could figure that out. But he's definitely hinting that he's probably not the one to talk to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not suggesting that he has to talk.
What is it that you think Dalka can help us with? Sorry, I may not have been able to pick that up. More explosions.
Well, gunpowder.
I know. I'm super into it, but we already have 2 sets of explosives.
We're gonna level the whole town, and that's okay.
We're just gonna blow up the capital? Send it to Cicero?
The whole capital to Cicero. What's better than blowing up a building once, blowing a building up
it's
once,
better to
and then
have
blowing the rubble up twice?
The option of blowing up all 3 buildings,
okay,
then it's better to have the option of blowing up than not have the option of blowing up.
I want the first 2 buildings to be warnings.
Give us their stone, you fucks!
Boom! What was that? Boom! Should we be wearing? Boom!
Okay. All right. Someone needs to dock 500 gold for Shelly to teleport you.
Jesus.
Okay. Shit, Shelly.
Yeah.
Come on. 500, Shelly.
I do not have 500.
Roll a barter check or whatever the fuck it's called these days.
Ivoris goes and checks
persuasion.
his money. Actually, Ivoris needs to check his fucking money.
Now,
I know how much I have on me.
Have you been writing down how much money you have?
On me, yes.
Okay.
I don't know how much was inherited because he hasn't bothered to look.
You go to the bank before you go to pay Shelley. And you find that the will left behind 3,500 gold.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and withdraw that.
Okay, please put that on your character sheet.
3,500.
Wait,
okay.
Isn't 3,500 gold super heavy?
It's many kilos, but you can make him have platinum, so...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We'll break it down and yada yada. I'm not going to bother with that bullshit. That's fine.
Well,
okay.
the thing is, the initiative people already expect. I was gonna not, because it would be like weird if they were like, he withdrew his whole thing, but like they know I'm gonna take a trip. They're expecting me to need funds, of course.
Okay.
So he just withdraws it to have it as a just in case, because there's no real security risk with doing that with his logic. And he wants to do one other thing while he's at the bank with the he wants to get like the title of the manor.
Yes.
And get whatever paperwork he needs to trade that manor off.
Like you want to sell it?
Kind of? Yes, whatever kind of title agreement they might have.
You can get the deed for sure. Like that'll be very easy to get hold of. It's already been transferred into your name as like vis-a-vis the will, like that kind of bullshit. Yes, you could speak to someone like the local council, I guess, and say that you want to be able to sell your building. And they basically say all you need to do is basically tell someone in town who deals with selling buildings that you want to sell the building when you want to sell it, and they will get people to come and have a look around. Basically, they said go to a estate agent.
Okay.
Like, it's no more difficult than that, and then like the paperwork will go through the estate agent and they'll change all the deeds.
The estate agent. Okay.
Yes.
I pop my head into an estate agent place and tell them that I might need to talk with them in some time.
Are you telling me that we could have just made gold by house flipping?
You can make gold by selling this mansion.
No. By buying other mansions and then flipping it and selling it for more.
Yes, it is possible. I will allow this bullshit, but you will have to work on it.
You've decreased the value of this manor insanely with your fucking mushroom things.
Yeah, you're the one.
And the garden is completely. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they said basically you just need to arrange for someone to go survey it so they can put a price tag on it, and then they will start the process of trying to sell it for you.
Okay.
So you just need to let them know when you want that done.
As long as he's made some kind of a show about that, then he's good.
Okay, yeah. It has been noted that you're trying to sell this building.
Cool.
Y'all could ask Mara to make a vineyard. That would up the price a lot.
And before we make any trips, Ivoris is going to check on Baskin because we haven't heard back.
You go down to the dockmaster. Same happy little girl greets you that has previously before. Everyone else around doesn't seem to like you at all. She doesn't understand why you're supposed to be scary. At least not yet, anyway. And she informs you that Baskin had a note sent this way saying that he will be home tomorrow.
Okay. He tells them, wait, did they usually have interactions with these people? Or is Baskin going to stop in here and say hey when he gets back?
Oh, to the dock? They'll know he's here.
Okay.
They will see his boat coming in, have to deal and clear the dock, all that good stuff. Harbor.
Yeah, he just gives a shout out, let him know that Ivoris needs some help with something.
All right, then I'll tell him. And she looks happy to be doing something other than whatever it is that the grumpy goblin wants her to be doing. That's cool.
Ivoris assumes that Baskin's going to come and meet up with him at his earliest convenience because of the fact that they very clearly need to talk.
Yes, they need to talk.
Yeah. But he definitely wants to make sure that Baskin knows, hey, help.
He knows. Okay. All right, then. That has been done. You have 500 gold. You have 3,500 gold that you've pulled out of the bank. You have made the show of selling your building. You are all going to Freedom's Bluff?
I think there's no reason to leave anybody behind.
Okay. Morrow, this is probably your first trip to Freedom's Bluff. No, it's not. You literally met them here. My bad. They take you to a slightly different place. This place is mostly accessed through another pub, which you hadn't been to before. Everything here seems to be operating fairly well. They're not as in a festive spirit as when you first arrived, because, they're not celebrating surviving another dead god. But, it's still cheerful enough. Carson's is having their, yearly sale. That's about it, really. You'll make your way down to...
sale,
Dalka's.
You say?
No, I didn't say a single thing. So you make your way down to Dalka's. She is at the forge. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, I think Greff is probably going to be the one to lead the entrance.
Yeah, Ivoris is doing the wait outside of the room thing again, but he's a little closer this time to where he can, he not eavesdrop, but he's basically listening for sounds of things going wrong. He wants to be an earshot of loud sounds.
Yeah, Greff's going to give it a good old thwack on the door before he opens.
Dalka doesn't move. Dalka just continue to hammering away at the forge.
Dalka!
Go away.
You know that didn't work the first 3 times. It is not going to work the 4th time.
I swear to God, Greff. Mm-hmm. And she pulls the kind of the hot thing that she had dipped back into the forge, and she points it in your direction. It looks a bit like a sword, or at least it's going to potentially become one. Mm-hmm. And she says, "I told you, I didn't want to see any of it again."
And I kind of want to promise that this is the last time, since we'll probably be leaving for a very long time after this one.
You've got 3 seconds before I throw this.
I want to blow up shit to save the gods.
Roll a persuasion check.
I demand an advantage.
Why'd you demand an advantage?
That was a good delivery.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough.
That's a really good delivery.
I was still just a 12. And I don't have an inspiration or anything.
What's inspiration?
You've had inspirations. You used all of yours, my man.
That was laughing.
She kind of puts the sword back into the forge, and you see her taking a few steps forwards, hands on her hips.
Greff has his hands up, and 3 seconds are up. Do I get more?
You've got 10 words or less. Why should I give a shit? You brought my dead friend in pieces.
Because the people that killed also kill the gods. Mofo.
I like the idea that Greff is actually standing there counting the words as he said.
Oh, Greff,
he's counting them on his fingers, and so is she. She's counting them on the end of her.
Oh, does she only have 4 fingers? So when I do 9, she's like...
No, she has all her fingers, and any ones that would have been nipped out half, accidents happen in forges. Those would have been replaced with mechanical or bone or some sort of other replacement.
Hell yeah, prosthetics.
Yeah, she has a bunch of that shit.
They don't know that we know you. You'll never be part of this in any other way. We believe that we can stop them from killing more gods. And this is one part of the plan. If you say no, that's fine. When that's your choice.
How big of an explosion?
It's a house about 6 rooms, 2 floors high, and it can be as big as you want, but it needs to be able to be transported or teleported or moved through magic somehow.
Ivoris, by this point, has definitely told you guys about the safe. The 2 hidden places in it. One on the first floor, or the ground level, I believe, and one in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to get the code to that. Oh, if you could future vision the code, that would be funny as shit.
Or, get a tiny explosion to be very precise. And
that is a lot smarter.
You're welcome.
Okay, Greff. Ignore the house thing. Greff is just there's a vault, sealed. We don't have the numbers or the time to actually crack it. So we're doing a bunch of different things to cause explosions and level other things. And we just need a precision explosion to open a vault. 2 of them.
You see her look at the kind of big construct that she has in the middle. You promise it's the last fucking time.
If you want this to be the last time, then
I wanted the last time to be the last time, Greff.
We miss him too, you know. We tried to bring him back.
Just fuck off, all right? Come back tomorrow. Just get out of my face.
Tomorrow it is. And Greff's gonna leave.
Okay.
That woman is impossible to talk to. You promise you're gonna end the god killing, and she's like, "Oh, why should I care?"
Why should she care about you trying to? That's her problem. Her problem is you, Greff. Okay. Do you have an opportunity to do like one more vision check before you start this insanity? Do you want to take opportunity of that?
Yes, but I need to think. I guess he'll try to do. I want him to know whether the vault is worth it. He's going to look at the vault, but not necessarily just the way to get in it. He wants to know
what's in it.
Yeah, the effort.
Okay. Then yeah, you can go ahead and make your rolls.
You and I have very different thought processes.
Woo! Okay, so 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
a good roll.
Yeah.
It's a roll.
You might want to add that D4 just in case.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know how much it's going to help, but
it won't.
14.
Well, I mean, it's
it won't. You needed a little higher than that. You try and focus on the vault, but you only saw it very vaguely. You didn't see exactly where it was or how to get into it. Your brain just can't. Your magic just can't focus enough to see something like this. It's very like specific kind of place, and you try to reach out and you get nothing except like a stabbing pain in your eye, which says, "Yeah, that's a bad one." All right, that was that then. Next day rolls by. You find that outside of Dalka's forge blacksmithing area, that there is a small box. A small wooden box. Inside is filled with a lot of straw that's been very packed in there. You also find 2 small metal devices with what looks like very obvious, like buttons made out of bone. As you look into the forge, there's no sounds. The fire isn't lit. Everything in here has been wiped out.
Oh. I guess that's the last time she'll hear from us, huh? You know, if she would have asked, I would have told her there's like 50% chance we're not surviving this. This sounds like a lot of work to avoid dead people. Greff is going to pick up the box and just leave. Actually,
I didn't mean to offend her like that. I thought it was a good idea to send the things. Deonte would have used all of the pots. More of the pots. We would have eaten him.
I don't think it's about what we brought back or what we didn't. I think it's about the fact that we failed to protect him.
She knew him for a day.
A mind like his, not easy to come by. And if I understood this woman right, she does not look for people. It's not every day a gift horse walks into your room, you check its mouth, it is full of gold.
Is that a saying around here?
Okay.
It is now. Greff does a one over her lap just to make sure that like she didn't leave anything else behind.
No, not at all. The forge is still cooling down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it probably hasn't been that long since she left, but she's definitely gone.
Greff's gonna leave a little piece of paper that just says like, "We're sorry we failed him."
Okay.
That's all that she ever needs to know.
Okay. Good to know. I will write that down. Okay. And that has given me a brilliant idea for something else. Thank you very much.
Oh, no. She's gonna animate his corpse.
No, that would be gross. Also, I think he was cremated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You made sure to burn him so that Ivoris could not eat him.
Does it take longer to cremate a tiefling corpse?
I'm going to say yes.
2 fireballs.
Chiloo, delayed, explosion. Anyway, okay.
That doesn't
Your
burn
return
it,
home.
that annihilates it.
Yes. Your return home. This is like the end, sort of like the end of the day, the last day before you're going to go back to the capital. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, that works out ridiculously well for my timing. You return home. You have various things coming to you, meeting you. They decide the drow that is helping you, Kotes, Jankiso, Shelley, all that lot aren't coming to meet you until tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Baskin is due back today, but you haven't received any word, you haven't received any note yet.
Right.
It's getting very late in the day, to that point where you're beginning to be quite worried that maybe he isn't coming back today. What's going on? When your butler announces that there is a tabaxi gentleman waiting at the door for you.
Ivoris goes downstairs and is doing kind of... He's happy to see Baskin, but like he's making that face of like, we have, like, you know, he recognizes this face of like, it's been a long day and like, I very much like want to talk, but I also am weirded out about us right now. So he's just in a weird place. And that awkwardness is there. That's not usually there.
He, as soon as like he notices that, you can see like the kind of fur on the back of his neck go up just a little bit. He's also uncomfortable.
Ivoris opens the door and gestures for him to come inside.
Yeah. Takes a seat with you somewhere.
He will guide Baskin to somewhere where they can have a quiet conversation, but he will pointedly like go to do the usual like door lock, and then he will pointedly leave it cracked and like stop himself and just turn around.
Yeah.
Glad you made it back. I'm sure you're aware we have some talking to do.
Yes. This one realizes that Ivoris needs to ask questions.
I wanted to be more mad. I don't really feel like it right now. I thought we had trust. I don't know what to make of this anymore if we don't have trust.
Baskin wishes to know how much you think you know.
I'm assuming.
No. Baskin will tell you everything. Baskin doesn't wish to have secrets with you. But this one has to be careful. This one believed you to be initiative. And you still may be initiative. So Baskin is trusting that if you are, that Ivoris will not betray Baskin. Baskin is not assembly. Baskin is a smuggler. Baskin takes people from Kino to Discora, and those people who are scared from Discora to Kino. Baskin has done this for many years. Baskin knows this could be war. But Baskin also knows not everyone in Kino belongs in Kino, and not everyone in Discora is Discora. This treaty is stupid.
Right.
Baskin could be killed for doing this. But there are families who wish to be reunited. And there are people who are not accepted for who they are in Kino. Like the people I was transporting. I couldn't let them stay here. I couldn't. You have to believe me.
Ivoris slowly draws his sword, but doesn't like make any sudden movements. He's just like pulling his weapon out.
And Baskin's eyes go huge.
Yeah, he's noting this, of course. This is like him testing Baskin. When he gets to Baskin, he turns the sword around to where the blade is in his hand.
Uh-huh.
And squeezes it. And he's going to use his mind control.
Okay.
This can't end well.
This is not going to end well. Okay.
Ivoris says, if your business with me, if you got closer to me for a job, a favor, disarm me. And he does his suggestion, the one that can cause people to hurt themselves, because the point is that, you know, Baskin will be armed, and then Ivoris will be clearly disarmed of even his fell suggestion, which will then put Baskin in the point of control and Ivoris in the position of mercy.
So if Baskin got close to Ivoris for the sake of a job, he needs to remove the blade from your hand.
If his getting closer to Ivoris was a favor or a job, yes.
Okay. Baskin grabs the handle and he puts his other hand over the blade. Sorry, around the blade, so that he too is like gripping it very tightly. But that's all he does, and he just looks you in the eye.
Ivoris just is staring and is slowly like starting to show that he's shaking a little bit.
Baskin knew you a long time ago. You became initiative after Baskin knew you. I am not assembly. I care about you. No job. No money.
Ivoris just kind of he completely lets go of the blade and doesn't
Baskin kind of like throws the blade off to one side, like nope.
Yeah, Ivoris kind of does like he falls forward, just like putting his rest. He kind of how is the thing I'm trying to physically describe? Like a cat, like with the forehead thing, you know, with foreheads.
Yeah.
He puts his forehead up against Baskin's chest and kind of just like stays there leaning up against him for a minute, just kind of Baskin, catching himself, I guess.
Yeah, you can feel that Baskin is very tense. He doesn't really know what to do with what just happened. He knows that you've done something. And like after a moment, he does like hug, embrace you properly. And then he slowly pushes you away to talk to you. And he takes a step back, like sort of like putting his foot on the stove and like kicking it back again. Like it's the most awkward, accidental moment. And he says, Ivoris knows what Ivoris just did is not okay.
I didn't know that. I know.
Baskin understands you are worried.
We were supposed to trust each other. That's all. I needed to know. Because things are getting worse and big, and we're not initiative. Not anymore.
You see Baskin like physically just like you've lifted a huge weight off of his shoulders, and he just breathes out and he says, Baskin doesn't have Ivoris's magic. Baskin can't know for sure. So Baskin is trusting.
I know. I don't know how to get your trust. I have gifts for you. He kind of awkwardly is trying to make it better, because he does know he messed up, but like he also knows like he knows definitely for sure now, did need to know if he trusted Baskin on a personal level.
Yeah.
This first bit is nothing really. I couldn't think of anything, so I thought something more sentimental. I don't know. That doesn't. It's not usually how I think. But if you want to trust me.
Baskin trusts Ivoris.
So a gesture. And Ivoris goes into the closet, which is rooted around because he was finding all his clothes and shit in there. His room's kind of a mess. He clearly has like his suitcase out and everything. Like, I don't know if that has contributed to him being very nervous about the situation. But Ivoris like about to dip after this.
Baskin really fucked up.
Ivoris is about to leave. He kill me and leave. Now he goes and gets what looks like kind of a 12-pack of beer in a wooden crate and sets it up. And they're all filled with sand. And they're all filled with sand, art sand that he does with little bottles with different kinds of sand. So there's like red in the ones that he made with more deserty things when he was a kid that look kind of childish. He's done with different shades of like red and white sand, or the darker sand, it all forms like a picture of shading and this and that of different scenes. And he just hands Baskin his box of bottles with sand in them. There's 12 of them.
Baskin looks at them and he's clearly taken with how like the progression has been, like from childish, just like, I'll stick some bottle in a bottle, to like the one that you've probably done the most recently.
So some of the childish ones that are, one of them is of himself, is for like the first one. Himself, you can see a tabaxi looking shadow thing with not much detail. And then the shadow underneath it is like, this is where he used the darkest sand. Yeah. He kind of has a more menacing thing, but he's sitting down and he's looking up at someone else who appears to be like sitting with a picnic basket on a table or something, and appears to be telling a story, talking in some way, telling something that's interesting, Ivoris. And that's the first one. And there's I want to say probably 3 with a weird kind of very dark black kind of cloud above the top, but the waves of the cloud end up looking more like a snake pattern slithering across the top, overhanging everything than anything. Yeah. And it is a random scene without Ivoris in it of there's one of a child and an adult in a workshop type scene, just various scenes that are kind of weird that don't feature Ivoris. And then you have some that look like a couple. You have 2 that look like initiative groups.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he sees one of the recent ones with the gunpowder from Iran's thing.
These are... Ivoris made these?
When I didn't know how to deal with things that I had done, because I didn't know how they made me feel, I kind of put them in here. And by the time I was done on the bottle, usually the emotions had passed enough for me to try something else. I don't know. It's just a gesture. I have something else. I can't have the mana in my name.
Ivoris is looking to sell.
No. Traded it to you for a boat.
Baskin looks totally blown back.
We're going to Discora. The faster I get the mana out of my hands, the better anyway. What with all that we're doing and the fact that it is a Yuan-Ti that owns this mana, it's kind of a matter of time before some people show up and just, make more of a mess than anyone is asking for here. And the people that tend to the house, it's still their home.
Wait. Ivoris is going to Discora.
We think that's the best option right now.
Baskin feels like Ivoris needs to give Baskin some context.
Yeah. Okay, so the people that you picked up on your boat, we had helped. They had a stone. They used the stone to put that big one that probably didn't know a whole lot into that body because they were a machine before. They were using the stone to kill the gods. They killed Savras.
The people on Baskin's boat killed gods.
They didn't know what they were doing. They worked for the people who killed the gods, just like we did, before we knew what we were doing.
Okay.
The initiative are killing the gods. They need those stones to make webs, to hold the gods. That's something. I don't know what his information is. I'm trying to get it together.
Ivoris is taking stone to Discora.
We don't have the last one, but we know they only have one more, and we tried to get it, but things went bad, and we were being spied on already by, initiative. We killed them. We think we can at least talk ourselves into some time to, leave. We're trying to get it and keep them from... We need to get it as far away from here as possible. And I think that if we go there, if I get them there, they can get help. They can bring people here. We need people to know.
Ivoris going to stay in Discora?
No. I don't know. I could disguise myself to some degree anyway. This has all happened real fast, Baskin. I don't... To be honest, and Ivoris is kind of getting into that, like, I'm going to fucking sit down now.
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers, Baskin. I'm doing this kind of one day at a time, and I thought I would be more prepared. I thought I would have, more guidance, I guess. Savras is gone.
Understands this well.
Scamos is gone. I've suspected you because you never mentioned my eye. I thought that maybe you had met Milhook.
No.
And that she had talk to you about me or something.
Baskin's line of work. Baskin knows accidents happen. So Baskin knows some people without second eye. Doesn't matter to Baskin at all. Baskin will outfit his ship to get you to Discora quicker. Baskin will take you whole way. Baskin normally only goes half and comes back. Baskin will get you and Ivoris's friends. They're much quicker.
You think it's the right thing, though? I mean,
yes.
I don't...
Baskin doesn't want gods to die. At sea, you live by gods. You pray to them to keep ships safe.
I wish I had talked to him more. I wish I had talked to Severus more.
It's superstition, but Baskin dare not risk it. When does Ivoris think he'll need Baskin's ship?
They're going to be leaving with the stone in, I think, 4 days now. We're trying to get it before then. In the next few days, we are going to have it. And we can keep them from finding it for a while, probably by using it. When we were looking for the first one, I could not find it once it had been used as easily.
Baskin
are you sure
know.
There's no superstition about Yonti on your boat?
If Baskin's crew have problem, Baskin's crew go in the water.
Ivoris can hide, though.
Ivoris will not need to hide. We have transported many people. If they have problem, they will not be on Baskin's ship.
Thank you, Baskin. Hello there, Ivoris here. Thank you so much for listening to the episode. Thank you so much to the patrons who get early access to these episodes. You are very important to us. Thank you very much. Some patrons of which, of course, have names that were featured in this episode, such as Jazar from Bless White Tiger, thank you. Kotez from Thirsty, thank you. And Usalor from Thirsty. Thank you for those names. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook. You can find us at TLD Pod also on Instagram. So go find us on all of those platforms and say hello. Until then, we will see you next episode, and thank you so much for your time listening to our stories. Goodbye.
Sort of in the shadows a little bit, you see a Zed who had clearly made it here before you. Yeah.
V, this is not an in-character plan, but what if we made a bunch of cats invisible and then released them on the manor to be stepped on so that it wasn't like Ivoris made a meow, it was like, what are these invisible cats? This is crazy. I don't think that would work, but it would be very fun.
It wouldn't for one reason only, and that's I can't maintain concentration on 2 spells.
It's that's not the only issue. A dumb plan, Neil. It's just that it's a dumb plan.
But how would they know?
It wouldn't work.
How would they know? How did they know if it was a tabaxi versus a regular house cat? How would they know it wasn't an invisible house cat?
Yeah, the only one who actually saw you, Greff dispatched. So, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.